From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios,
This is Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on
That's the junior version. Thanks, Dad. Blah, 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 blah. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Yeah, I can feel it. It feels like in Back to the Future when Biff and his crew crashed into the truckload of manure. That's exactly what it feels like this morning.
Wow, that was a really good analogy.
Thank you. Chris Roulade back behind the glass. One day only. He will forsake us tomorrow. Nate Littlefield will be in. Jay Johnson yesterday.
Can't wait for Friday Fun and Games.
The show itself is going to be Friday Fun and Games, I think, tomorrow. Also, last day, it's like at school. Last day, my kids were telling me last night, they have a, again, I know this is going to sound boomery, whatever. They have a minimum day today, which means they get out at 11 a.m. And they don't have school tomorrow. And then they're off for 2 weeks. And then they're off the following Monday for a teacher development day. So, like, again, like, when we were in school, we got, the school started the day after Labor Day. You got 2 days off for Thanksgiving. You got Thursday, Friday. And then you got 2 weeks off for Christmas break. You get a minimum day on that Friday. You can get a Monday. They get 2 weeks off for spring break. Then again, they also go to school till, I think they get out late June and they start like August 11th or something.
That's probably the better way.
It probably is, to be honest. They're not melting their brains all summer long, but there is something about having a 3-month summer. And, it's funny. What was I talking? I was talking with Jay and then Alan yesterday. We were talking about hot versus cold because when Jason's gone, I dial down. I get this room.
You put it into
a
refrigerator.
I do. I like it extremely cold in here. And we were talking about heat versus cold and summer and all that. I despise summer now, as anyone who ever listens knows. I despise summer. But I do remember a time in my life, a long period of time when I was in school where summer was the best. It was the best. It was the absolute best. You didn't have school. You wake up every morning, the smell of the summer air, whatever, early in the morning. You ride your bike. You eat breakfast, run out the door. I would ride my bike almost every day. You ride your bike to Winston Churchill Junior High where they had the courts with the chain nets. Play basketball all day. I specifically remember like going and standing in the shade and you would walk across the blacktop on certain days and your feet would stick because the rubber was melting on the blacktop. And then you drink out of the drinking fountain, which is the best water in the world. And then you get your hair all wet. You go back in and you go for another round. You would just play all day long. It was awesome.
Stinky.
Yeah. Now that actually sounds like hell to me. Playing golf in hot weather. I'm like, no. And
the game of golf.
Thank you, Scott. Right before I came in here, just behind the scenes. So Chris calls me. It's like 5:58.
5:59:15.
Are you here? I'm like, yeah. I'm coming up the stairs because I was on the phone.
Because immediately I'm thinking like, oh my God, he's in a terrible car accident.
That's always happened.
That's why he didn't say like, hey, I'm running late.
That's right. Which of course then you got to go to national radio at that point. But I was, we're actually going through. It's funny because you're in my thoughts more than normal these days because we're prepping in a couple weeks to go over across the pond, and then what is it? It's 2 weeks from Saturday will be at the Etihad Stadium for Huddersfield Town versus Manchester City in the third round of the FA Cup. Boy, are these folks organized, and everything is what time. Here's when you go. Here's what time you be here. Here's where you'll be. What do you know? Because going with they're what I've noticed is that their hospitality is fantastic, and even though Huddersfield Town is a championship level team, which is I don't know, for lack of a better term for this audience, a AAA team to a major league team. So it would be like if the River Cats were playing the Yankees. Except the Yankees had won 6 straight World Series, and the Yankees are calling the River Cats people saying, okay, so any likes, dislikes. I've noticed this about England, dude. They are psychotic about allergies in food. Just any restaurant you ever go to, do you have any allergies? And then it's beyond that.
Man, you must have went to completely different restaurants.
Really,
yeah.
Dude. I made the mistake once because we were at a sushi place, and I just said, I can't do oysters or squid. That's all. I'm fine, but I won't.
Like you don't like it, or
no, I puff up.
Okay.
It's a minor. It's not a crazy allergy, but it's enough to where I can't eat them. Anyway, so I just said that, but it was kind of a pass by because I wasn't going to order any rolls that had oysters or squid in them, calamari, whatever. Anyways, they bring our drinks, whatever, and then before we order, this guy comes out in a tie. He's the restaurant manager, and he grabs a seat next to us, and he has this clipboard in front of him. He goes, okay, so here's a list of things that could come in contact with oysters or calamari. You may want to go over this, and I'll sit here while you order, and then I can tell you, I can reference whether or not you're into any sort of dangerous stuff. I'm like, geez, okay. I mean, honestly, it's fine. It's a minor allergy. We do our order and all that, but that was everywhere. They also don't really tip.
No.
Tipping's not a thing over there, which awesome. I'd rather be like that. Honestly, I'd rather you charge me more and just make sure they get paid.
Yeah.
Than
which is what happens. And sometimes I'm like, hey, you left your money. He's like, oh, that's for you.
That's for you. That's what happened with us. And
it's okay.
And the waitress, this particular waitress at the place, we're new, and she knows we're Americans, and I'm sure they deal with this all the time. And she's like, oh no, I can't accept that. No, thank you. It's really nice of you. I go, what are you talking about? And then I got in a conversation with her, and over here, it's like you get paid $2 an hour and you live off of tips. Over there, they get paid, I wouldn't say they're rich, but they get paid a lot more than £2, if you will, an hour, and they work it in there. I feel like that's how it should be. But I will tell you, Chris, number one, if I could, if the ability exists, if I had the opportunity, and I would switch places with you for this. I will enjoy it. It will be amazing. You would enjoy it far more. And I will do everything I can to take every picture and video and bring you back whatever the hell I can. I don't know what. Hopefully, maybe they'll give me some M&Ms with their logo on it or something like they do when you visit the White House or whatever.
Just like that. Have you ever done that tour there? Because you're talking about how specific they are. Yeah. They talk about the Champions League, and that they have days before, they have a team of people come in to make sure that there's a sponsorship, the television sponsorship for UEFA is a certain TV, which they don't have. So they come and make sure that all the TVs are covered up, because it's not allowed to have those TVs shown during games. And they have to change out they don't allow beer or anything like that. They don't allow alcohol, so they have to change all that out. And it's seriously an inspection to make sure that you follow all of these tiny rules that they have in place to make sure their sponsorships are seen. And if they don't have any sponsorships right, that those are taken away.
Apparently Pat and Tom are what?
Yeah, they're excited for Christmas.
Is it just me, or when you hear something like that, is there a tiny part of you that thinks we've been infiltrated and we may need to get under the desk?
No, I thought Tom might have fallen. I thought we had a hip situation.
It will be fun, to your point, because you go in. That's how a club should be run. They're one of the top clubs, if not the top club in the world. and you go in and even the little things that you can bring back with you and apply to your, and it's, I noticed this too. Everybody over there knows everybody. They all know, oh, I used to work here. This guy worked for us. Like,
it's one of the things you treat the other team like insanely well.
Yes.
So if you make it big time, they're like, oh, would you like to come work over here?
That's exactly right. Same thing with players, the whole thing. So it'll be interesting. And I guess we're getting there early and doing a tour. We're going to see the not the training facility, the locker room, I don't know what they're going to do.
Like the entire campus there is
yeah,
insane. It's like a college campus.
It's going to be better than last time. Like, when I FaceTimed Chris where it was 4 a.m. and the whole stadium was under construction. The shop was closed anyway. So looking forward to that. And of course, again, just a reminder, we will be off Monday, Tuesday of next week. We'll all be full strength.
Brennan and Frankie from 9 to 12 on Tuesday.
On Tuesday? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did I also see, is somebody working Christmas or no? Is there...
Me and Nate.
What can we just automate, man? Like, come on.
Like, specifically, we can't do it for Niners games.
God, that's just... there was a big controversy there yesterday because I actually came to the realization on air that the Niners-Ravens game's at 5:15, which is right when Christmas dinner is. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do here? Because I'm not... Once the game starts, I'm not screwing around. I'm not cooking. I'm not doing. I'm focused, man. I can get up during commercial breaks and check a oven or a barbecue or something, but I'm not screwing around at all. Much like today, there will be not a ton of screwing around. I got a very nice text from Sean Salisbury today. It's been a week for him for sure. He's fine, but it's just been a crazy week. He apologized once again to the audience, which he doesn't need to do. That he's all kinds of screwed today. He's had a tough time traveling this week and being in bad areas. We had him slated for 9 a.m. today. We'll move him to tomorrow at some point because tomorrow's already packed. Fridays always are. Sam Amick will join us today. Kelly Brothers will join us. I put him in at 7:27. Is that right? I never know what the times are. I put him in there.
Kelly Brothers?
Yeah.
Yes.
7:20. Okay, good. I guessed right. It's my own show. I don't know when the guests are at. And I'll tell you, the theme of today is going to be pretty simple. Every day I come in, I open everything up, YouTube, text line, this, that, whatever. I open up the text line today at 1-800-912-1140. Excuse me, at 916-339-1140. And it's the same person. It's the same phone number. And I guess during the post-game show, by the way, when the games are at home, the post-game show, just for people's knowledge, the post-game shows are out at Golden One Center. I'm pretty sure they can't see the text line unless they're remote logging in. And I think I'm the only one psycho enough to do that. So they can't see your texts, right? Here's the texts. Same person. Terrible. Their best player missing on a back-to-back while our guys relaxing at home waiting and we lose. This is a terrible loss. You guys will spin it per usual. I'm a long-time season ticket holder. Not okay. Next text. Talk real, please. Next text. Don't sugarcoat it. Next text. Or do your per usual. Here we go. Nothing was good. They didn't have their best player. You guys can't be real. Speak the truth. Use your platform and talk real. No excuse on a back-to-back without their best player. And finally, again, this is all the same person. You guys are lame. Who was doing the postgame last night? Is that
Jason and Henry? And I know Jason wasn't saying anything good that happened last night.
I think there's just some, look, it's like I kind of, like, that person's obviously out of pocket. I understand the fact that sometimes, like, there are fans, I can be in that category sometimes, where, like, after a loss like last night, all you want to hear is everyone should be traded, everybody should be fired, you're all failures in life. I hate you, I hope you step on Legos. Screw it. Like, I get it. But it's reality. We'll have, sometimes we joke about if we name our sitcoms name their episodes. And I think if we were going to name today's episode, it would be Reality Check, because that's what Kings fans got last night. And it depends. I think reactions today are highly going to depend on where your expectations of this team are. If you expect this team to be an elite title contending team, you're probably really, really angry. If I fall into the category of, I think they're in the second tier, they're not an elite team. They are in whatever that second tier is of, want to be elite, but not there yet. You're still angry. I'm still angry. Last night's loss, I think, was the worst loss of the year. I am counting the Pelicans' loss. I understand that. This was just gross. Grosser than the Clippers' loss at home, because at least you could excuse that for the emotional letdown. But we're starting to see a pattern here of this team just taking a crap at the wrong times and getting out-muscled and outworked and out-hustled, and on their home floor too. One thing as we go to break, one thing I'm not going to do today, and I had friends texting me last night that were, if I'm being honest, annoying me. I have this issue with my daughter all the time. This is a pet peeve of mine. She will screw something up and it will be anything's fault but her own. And we have this long talk about how you can't improve and you can't analyze a problem if you are constantly making excuses as to why it happened instead of looking within. I'm not the guy to bring the refs to today. I'm not saying the refs were perfect. I'm not. But I do not believe there's some big conspiracy where the referees wanted the Celtics to win, and that's why we lost. I don't think the referees took us out of our game last night, and if they did, then we're soft mentally. To me, that's an excuse. To me, that's pointing the finger at anything but the mirror, and if you want to justify that by saying, well, no, it's not why we lost, but still the refs suck. Well, if you want to feel that way, that's fine. I don't agree with that. I'm not saying they got every call, but let's be specific. Because Porzingis landing on Sabonis, that was a flagrant foul. They called it right. The follow-up with Herter slapping his arm, it was a correct call. It was a late whistle. It was a correct call. And I have no problems bitching about refs. The refs weren't the issue last night. And if you disagree, that's your right. I'm not going to tell you how to be a fan. But that's not, you're not getting any sympathy here for 5-on-8, the refs, blah, 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 2002. Anyways, we'll take a break. When we come back, the Kings get pantsed by the Celtics at home. The Ravens feel disrespected. The big night for Joel Embiid. Again, Kelly Brothers on today, Sam Amick on today, leading off Ills Dills.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Winter is coming. I know you know that, but are you prepared to keep your family warm all season long? At American Energy Heating and Air, their goal is to exceed your expectations of the heating and air industry by valuing the customer experience and making your home comfort system as efficient as possible for the most value. So book your $49 furnace tune-up and safety inspection today. Prevent dangerous gas leaks. Extend the life of that furnace and save on your energy bills. And here's the guarantee. This isn't a sales call. They're not getting in the door so they can try to sell you a bunch of stuff. No, they're just going to do what they say they're going to do. Call today to schedule an appointment at 916-520-9990 or go to AmericanEnergyAir.com. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A-plus Better Business Bureau rating. Get your $49 furnace tune-up and safety inspection today. 916-520-9990. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
They knocked down 22 threes, lead by 30 on their way to a 25-point win, and they've regained the best record of the NBA at 21-6. The final score, Boston 144, Sacramento 119.
Yep. By the way, not for nothing, and I know there's going to be a but. Anyone want to acknowledge that the Celtics shot 24 free throws and the Kings shot 23?
But
The Celtics shot 83.3%. They were 20-24. The Kings shot 52% from the line. We acknowledge that, or were they fouls that just had fouls happened at the wrong time? It's not the same. You can't just look at the foul number. Okay, well, they shot one less free throw. And oh, by the way, the Kings couldn't get in the paint. And the Celtics put a bunk bed in the paint. It's not the same. I mean, come on, dude. 50%. All I'm saying, well, this is going to be a thing today. I know it's going to be a thing today. I don't care. It's fine. We're always going to infight after losses. That's fine. I love everybody. But here's my thing, dude. You want to complain about your team missing free throws on their home floor again. You want to complain about something? Complain about that. Complain about your team looking like a bunch of G Leaguers on their home floor. On De'Aaron Fox's birthday, by the way. And I saw the little Kings thing where they were talking about, what are you going to get him for his birthday? And half of them, as they're walking to the locker room before the game, and half of them were like, we're going to give him a W. Well, hope you kept the receipt. Oh, it must have been the turnovers. No, they turned the ball over 7 times. Kings turned the ball over 7 times. Boston turned the ball over 9 times. That wasn't it either. Wasn't the free throws. It wasn't the refs. Oh, well, it must have been the threes. No. Boston made 22. They shot 52%. The Kings made 21. They shot 48%. That's really good. I will take 21 threes at 48% all year. It wasn't that. Wasn't that. It was heart. It was hustle. It was talent. Get out of here with the refs, please. It just pisses me off. I'm already upset at the game. That's loser talk. There's times to talk about the refs. There are times to talk about the refs. 100%. And you guys know I will do that. I will roll with you on it.
I got to push back on you.
Push back.
If the refs did the right job, the Kings would have only lost by 18.
You're dang right, Chris. Props to my buddy who saw that the line only moved a half a point in the Kings' favor after Jason Tatum was declared out and Al Horford was declared out. Dropped $100 on the Kings last night. Props to him. He was even more upset. The Kings shot 47% from the field, 47, almost 48% from the three-point arc. They had 2 less turnovers than the Celtics. You think that's a win, not a 25-point loss. A 25-point loss in a game, by the way, that you had an early 12-point lead. I was sitting here. Look, no Kings fan was sitting there going, oh, it's going to be a 30-point win for us. No, you could have a 30-point lead at the end of one, and we all still would have been waiting for the inevitable Boston Celtics run. Of course that's the case. But I'm sitting there, we're up 12. I'm like, okay, maybe these guys are going to make a statement. You got to with Phoenix and Minnesota coming in back-to-back. You'd be lucky to get a split in those games. They're both going to be angry. They both got beat on the home floor. Now I'm looking at this and I'm going, is 0-3 is 0-3 on the table? And of course, this team will probably win both those games because they're like that. But I'm not trying to look ahead, man. We're going to talk about last night. We're going to go back through because this is now a pattern. We're going to go back through this loss, the Clipper loss, all 3 Pelicans losses, the Pelicans loss on your home floor to go to the Vegas part of the tournament, the Houston losses. And it's time for a little bit of a reality check, I think. I think what we need a little bit of a reality check. Bottom line is this. Saying the title, it's not a contender. We're in year 2. We're just starting year 2. Not making an excuse. I'm saying they're not good enough. Not good enough. This ain't it. This is not an elite team. Elite teams are missing 2 of their best players. Elite teams miss 40% of their starters, whose average age is like 39 or however old the Celtics are. An elite team gets a heartbreaking loss on a back-to-back the night before in overtime and goes in. A team that's trying to be elite, that's been taking care of their home court, and just slaps them in the face in front of their home crowd and their families. We got pantsed last night, ladies and gentlemen. Pantsed last night on our home floor in front of season ticket holders and babies. It's bottom line. Cut number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
No, it's playing. Can you hear it? No, me neither. Is that me? It's supposed to be Kyle Hamilton feeling disrespected.
Why you?
No, I've got the waveform up. And when I hit, I've never seen this before. It shows that there's something in there. And then I hit play.
Let me try over here.
Okay. All right. We're trying to play cut number 2 here, which should be Kyle Hamilton. And judging by that's the way things are going to go today. That's fine. Let me see. I'm going to do the original clip here. Let me see here. Nope. Will another one work? How about Robert Saleh? Robert Saleh's not working. Do you have me turned down? Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Is Robert Saleh working?
We're still going to keep him on the
Okay.
app.
So, all right. So that's Robert Saleh. Here's Kyle Hamilton.
I don't know what it is, but whether it's the lack of primetime games we've got or whatever, but I think the 11 and 3s are not created equal right now in terms of the 49ers versus us, and we feel a little disrespected by that. I feel like we are the best team in the league, and we got an opportunity in front of the country to show it.
That was 100% not Christopher Log you heard there saying, what the? Chris, you're fighting the board?
I'm playing it here, and like there's no audio coming out. I'm not even getting it on here, so like I don't know. And it shows like
that's what I'm saying. I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before. I went to the source. That's what we did. Anyways, we'll deal. We're fighting the board on our own. We'll deal with that internally. Kyle Hamilton says the records are not the same. The Ravens are mad. You're mad. The Ravens are mad because you feel disrespected. Oh, the Ravens. They feel mad because the line is 5.5 and they're underdog. And they're 11 and 3. 2. I shouldn't talk like that. I mean, come on, man. I mean, I'm looking at their schedule, dude. It's not like it's chock full of quality wins. Well, they beat the Bengals early in the year. There was no Burrow there, though. They did beat the Browns 28-3 in Cleveland. That's a good win. They beat the Lions 38-6 at home. That's a good win. You know what? I take it back. 37-3 at home over the Seahawks. Lost to the Browns by 2 at home. Beat a Burrowless Bengals team, and then it's Chargers, Rams, and Jags. Not terrible. I'm not going to get on for their schedule. I take that back. It's a pretty decent schedule. They do deserve respect. But, look, and they may be wrong. The Ravens might come in and beat the Niners. Of course, I don't want to poo-poo it at all. This is a battle of AFC and NFC probable number 1 seeds. These are the 2 teams that are the favorite to meet again in the Super Bowl. And again, I think it's later than I remember that this would happen. But we'll talk much more about that when we come back. The Kings fall to the Celtics. You may want to go to the bathroom or something because we're going to have audio. We're going to recap this thing, unfortunately, because that's what we get paid to do. We'll do it next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, it's Juice and Mo. Make this Christmas unforgettable by shopping at our friends Sharif Jewelers.
Do you even remember what you thought last Christmas?
No.
Well, you got to make this one memorable.
Okay.
Make sure to go into Sharif Jewelers. You can get diamond studs, tennis bracelets. There's so many classic, timeless pieces that can be worn every single day. Available in both lab-grown and natural mined.
In so many different price points. So don't go anywhere else this holiday season. Support a local, family-owned business rooted in Sacramento for 30 years. Sharif Jewelers.
As we come together
here to celebrate the end of this long year. Stockton Honda has savings to bring us all cheer. Happy Honda Day savings and selection galore. Stockton Honda's online express purchase and great people give you more.
Save on 400 new Hondas at Stockton Honda during Happy Honda Days. Shop in person or online with our express purchase option.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Get 10% off select concrete mix when you buy 1 pallet or more. Plus, save an extra 5% every day on eligible purchases when you use your Lowe's business credit card. Visit us in-store or online for low prices on the materials you need. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. 5% offer subject to credit approval. Exclusions and terms apply. See store at Lowe's.com/credit for details.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Jerry and Kenny here from Bell Brothers. And if you've even thought of replacing your old, outdated, inefficient windows, now is the time to take action.
Right now at Bell Brothers, when you buy one window, you'll get the second one for 30% off. That's right. Buy one, get the second one 30% off.
That's real savings, up to $6,000. You have to buy at least 4 windows to qualify, and you can't mix windows and doors. But beyond that, every second window is 30% off.
For example, when you buy 10 windows, you will get 5 windows at 30% off. We also have 0% interest financing available for qualified buyers. Call for details.
To take advantage of our buy one, get one 30% off sale, call Bell Brothers now at 916-444-1234 or find us online at theNoSurpriseGuys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
I'm filled with gratitude for the Golf to Go show guests who have trusted us with their time, their thoughts, and their dreams. People like NBC's Peter Jacobson, Angie Dixon from First Tee Greater Sacramento, former 49er great Steve Young, Sir Nick Faldo, the heralded team at Hagen Oaks like Ken Morton Jr., Tom Morton, PGA Golf to Go's resident on-air playing coach, Mike Woods, PGA Director of Golf, and all the PGA professionals and guests who have entertained us over this year's 52 shows. Thanks also to you, our loyal listeners who are there every week with compliments and suggestions when we might hit it out of bounds. Thanks also to the game that brings us all together, to the millions of men, women, boys, and girls who play the game. Thanks to the able-bodied, and thanks also to the programs that nurture those in need of a lift, like the California Eagles, PGA Hope, and many more. Thank you to Scott Marsh. We are fortunate to have lived life and had a chance to play the game. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Drapes, Kyle Draper. You know, the last couple of years I've driven an electric car, but I tell you what, since visiting the fine people at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, my eyes are wide open. They've shown me what a true fully electric luxury car is all about. I'm driving the Mercedes-Benz EQ, and I love it. Right now, you can get a select new Mercedes-Benz EV for $0 down, plus you get 2 years of free maintenance and 2 years of free fast charging. What are you waiting for? It's just a short ride down I-5 or online at mbfstockton.com.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how an injury can turn anyone's life upside down. Whether it's a slip and fall, a car accident, or any other kind of injury. For almost 50 years, the Arnold Law Firm has been here to help you through the entire process to protect you and your family. If you are ever injured or in an accident, call the Arnold Law Firm. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777. That's 916-777-7777.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Sam Amick at 8 o'clock. And we'll talk Kings. We'll talk about his article he put out earlier this week on trades and the Kings, amongst other teams. And we'll talk about last night with him, too. I'm not sure if he was there last night, but I'm sure he saw it. Do we not have excuse me. I'm sorry. There we go. I was going to say, do we not have, and we have a Jiffy Lube drive of the game.
I don't know who did the highlights because Deuce was doing the pre-post on TV. It looks like they gave up.
It really does. It really does. There's no final call. There's no post game.
Like the third quarter is when it stops.
Yeah, there's one fourth quarter highlight, and it's a Keon Ellis 3-pointer in garbage time. There's almost no there. Yeah, there's a couple Celtics highlights. There's not. Wow, I would like to know who did the highlights, because that was definitely someone filling in. No, no offense to them, just not the norm. That's fine if you're going to pick a game to not have a ton of highlights. It's this one. Here's I believe we'll lead off Fox. I think stealing here off of Jrue Holiday.
Here's Fox going for the deep three. He's got 2 for 2 from downtown. 14-8 in favor of Sacramento. 8 of the 14 have been scored by Fox. Holiday digs back in the paint. Here's a steal by Fox. His second steal of the first quarter. Ahead to Sabonis. Challenges Porzingis. Drives right to him and to the rim and scores. And the Kings have an 8-point advantage. And Boston takes an early timeout. 16-8 in favor of Sacramento.
Okay, things are going well here. And De'Aaron Fox decided to test out his range.
And gets to the front court. Going to stop another deep three. De'Aaron Fox from downtown. And I mean, he's out there in 30-foot range as he's now made 3 triples and has 11 points. Kings on top 23-11.
Well, it was his birthday. You got to have a heat check in the first.
There's Fox driving on Pritchard. Stops, rocks, fires, scores again. De'Aaron Fox has 17 first quarter points. The 11th three that the Kings have made in this first quarter. It's 41-38.
Came out on fire, and De'Aaron Fox had 2 steals off Jrue Holiday, I think, in the first quarter, almost exactly the same looking steal. 17 points for De'Aaron in the first, and obviously the Celtics had a conversation about that. Things weren't working. They adjusted. De'Aaron had 12 points over the next 3 quarters combined. Well, that made it 41-38 in the first. We skip ahead to late in the third quarter. Here's Kristaps Porzingis.
White gets the screen from Porzingis. Porzingis calling for the ball. They've got the mismatch they want. He's on Herter again, just above the free throw line. Shoulders for space. Now the 13-foot step back is good. And they'll milk that until the Kings find a way to stop it. And Mike Brown has called a timeout, and they will try to design some way to avoid that matchup. Porzingis against Herter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How about more Kristaps Porzingis?
Porzingis has been Mr. Everything tonight.
Yep.
He holds in three-point range. Gives it up to White. Starts right, goes left. Pulls up off the bounce. 20-footer is good. Barely ripples the netting. And Boston getting major separation. Up 87-69. How will the Kings respond?
Kristaps Porzingis had 24 points and 9 boards to go with 6 blocks on 7 of 11 shooting. He was 3 of 4 from behind the arc. Is it just me or did it seem like Kristaps Porzingis had 41 points and 40 rebounds? That actually surprised me when I saw the final tally. It looked like he had a lot more than that. This is how bad it was for Kings fans last night. I actually had a guy in my Twitter mentions last night going back to an argument from a week ago. Basically, the whole thing started out with, see, you still feel the same way? Totally out of context. That's what the tweet said to me. And I went, what are you talking about? He goes, oh, can't use him, huh? Wouldn't fit in, huh? This is how bad it was. The Kings fan had the wrong foreign white guy in trade talks. Thought Kristaps Porzingis was Lauri Markkanen. And I had to correct him that argument was about Lauri Markkanen from the week before, not Kristaps Porzingis. To the guy's credit, he apologized. Kristaps Porzingis is not Lauri Markkanen. This just in. They're not the same player. They're not the same person. Jaylen Brown had, I want to say, conservatively 17 dunks last night.
Ball's tipped around a couple of times, and it's finally grabbed by Jaylen Brown, who surrenders it to White. Back to Brown, accelerates, goes for the hammer, and scores it coming down the center of the paint. Jaylen Brown with a statement jam right there. And the Boston fans, and there are many of them in the building tonight, loving that moment. 106-78.
Yeah, that was another thing that kind of added to the issue. There's a lot of Celtics fans. How are there so many Celtics fans? You bunch of bandwagon ding-dongs. Just filling the place.
I'd say it's probably like 30%.
Yeah, and they were loud. Yeah, and it's one thing if you're getting pants on your home floor. It's another thing when the away team is playing to their home fans on your home court. Even when it went good, it went bad for the Kings.
Boston well on top. JaVale McGee just blocked a hammer attempt, but the ball squirted to the corner, and Derek White knocks down the three to make it 111-85.
From the 916, this must be about the refs. I usually always listen to you, Dave. But today you are wrong and unlistenable. Well, you know what? That is a world people want to be in. They want to, that friends is, and by the way, anyone's welcome to feel that way, but let's just call it out. That is what we call an echo chamber. Hey, look, I'm going to be very clear for those tuning in. Very, very clear. You know, you're supposed to do and say whatever you need to do and say to try to keep listeners glued and to get listeners to tune in. That will never, ever be me. I will not sacrifice speaking what I believe is the truth because I think it's unpopular or we might lose a listener. If your ears don't want to hear that blaming the refs for last night is an excuse and it's loser talk, then I can't help you. But that's what you're going to get today. If you want to blame the refs for the Kings shooting one less free throw than the Celtics and shooting 52% from the line, to the Celtics 83% from the line. You want to say that was the issue, or that was even a big issue, a top 10 issue? There are two more local shows today on this station. There is a very popular podcast. There are two other local shows on a competing station. You are welcome to go there. And by the way, and I don't know that they're going to give you anything better when it comes to the refs. If you want to blame the refs for last night, you blame the refs for last night. Go on the message boards, go to Facebook, go to Reddit, blame the refs.
I will say I was talking with those gentlemen last night.
Yeah?
And I think we all had the same opinion of the game last night.
As far as what you were talking to who? Just a guy?
The guys over across the street.
Oh, yeah, and we're all going to have, yeah, that's exactly right. It's a lot easier to blame an outside force, especially one that historically is easy to blame. Like no one wants to stand up for refs. That's not a thing. It's so much easier to do that than to look internally and confront reality and truth. But then that's how you don't improve. What is it? The first step to getting, solving an issue is to admitting you have one. I'm sure that's the exact line. But if you just want to go for ref wine fest today, then go for it. That ain't why they lost. That ain't remotely why they lost. They lost because the Celtics are a better team. They're a more organized team. By the way, our coaching staff also got pantsed yesterday. Let's just also be real. I love Mike Brown. I love that staff. I love Doug. There is no adjustments. The substitutions were weird. The whole team got embarrassed.
Another dumb challenge.
It was everybody should give back their pay for yesterday. Everyone, the broadcasters, the players, the coaches, me, everyone. Well, I'm not giving it back, but I'm just saying that's what should happen in a fair world. We'll take a break. We'll go around the NBA and talk about teams that won and were successful yesterday, including Joel Embiid, the reigning MVP, going to going off last night, and those Clippers keep clipping. We'll talk about it next.
The push for the NFC's top seed continues on Christmas as the 49ers host the Baltimore Ravens.
Purdy throws for the end zone. It is caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown! San Francisco!
The 49ers look to extend their win streak to 7 in a row as they host Lamar Jackson and the Ravens on Christmas night. Game time at 5:15 on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports and sacktownsports.com.
Subcontractors, grow your business with more leads and leverage your marketing costs to receive over 10 times the value in advertising. Subcontractors United is offering 40 home services contractors to join our advertising co-op. For under $2,100 a month, you'll share in over $83,000 a month in advertising. That's $1 million a year in advertising for under $2,100 a month. There's only 3 subcontractors per category, not 3,000, so lead potential is unlimited. Google Subcontractors United for more information.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you find the right customers. Spread awareness of your product or services. We can help build trust in your brand and services with a digital marketing campaign. Increase leads and get more customers. We create tailored digital marketing campaigns that deliver results. Don't wait. Get started today. Contact aimyourdigital.com. That's aimyourdigital.com and start seeing results.
Guys, want to lose weight, improve your performance, and increase your drive? Revive Men's Health can help you make it happen with our new cutting-edge weight loss medications like your favorite athletes and celebrities use. They're affordable and available now. And since your testosterone level has a direct impact on your weight and fitness, get a free T-check and free exam. Book your appointment today at Revive Sacramento. We know we can help you. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Sacramento's premier music festival, Country in the Park, is back. 2 big ol' nights, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Walker Hayes, and more. 2-day GA tickets are on sale now starting at $85, or upgrade your experience with VIP or pit passes. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Bonnie Plumbing, Electric Heating and Air. Christmas is in the air at Hanley's Kia. The season of giving back is bringing you an unbeatable deal on all 2024 Kia models. Drive home in style without breaking the bank. Introducing Hanley's Kia incredible leasing option for just $199 a month. Picture yourself behind the wheel of a brand new 2024 Kia, loaded with the latest features and cutting-edge technology. Whether it's the sleek Niro Hybrid with 54 mpg, an EV6 with up to 310 miles, the versatile Sportage, or the family-friendly Telluride. At Hanley's Kia, you can also reserve your luxurious full-size EV9 with 3 rows that has the comfort of a stylish interior and the peace of mind that comes with driving a brand you can trust. Head over to Hanley's Kia, the season of giving back today, located in Davis.
New 2024 Kia Niro Hybrid EX for $199 per month for 36 months after $7,999 customer cash due at signing plus $300 military customer rebate. 10,000 miles per year and 20 cents per mile after 30,000 miles based on sale price $30,545 and payment excludes taxes and DMV fees and any dealer fees. Vehicle ID number R5136138.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Embiid screens. Maxey drives it. Kicks it to Joel. Open 15-footer and in. Nearly automatic from Embiid. Face up from the nail. Right-hand shot. Good. He's 16 of 24. 48 points.
Yeah, Joel Embiid would go on to have 51. Still not a big fan of Joel Embiid. I'm just glad that he and James Harden are not on the same team anymore because that was just unwatchable. Bunch of free throw merchants. Joel Embiid, 17 to 18. 51, 17 to 18 from the free throw line, by the way. Hey, wow, big men can make their free throws. What? 51 points, 12 boards in just 36 minutes on 17 to 25. And it's interesting. I think it's notable that Joel Embiid scored 51 points against Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns, who combined for 8 fouls. Each had 4. Towns had 23 and 13. Rudy Gobert, 8 points, 9 boards, did not have a block. Karl Anthony Towns did not have a block. So that you got to give Joel Embiid his flowers there. You're going up against arguably the best defensive center in the game, the best shot blocker in the game, in Rudy Gobert, and another big who's really kind of moved more to a power forward, small forward even spot as far as where they place him offensively, and Karl Anthony Towns. And he outplayed them both scoring-wise combined. They combined for 31. Embiid had 51. They had 21 boards to Joel's 12, and they did theirs in 62 minutes combined to Joel Embiid's 36. That's a hell of a win for the Sixers. And the Timberwolves for a minute had the best record in the NBA. They are now 20-6. The Sixers are 19-8. The Pacers, since so many of you care, they beat the Hornets 144-113. Yep, Tyrese Halliburton, 19 points and 13 assists. How about Buddy Hield, 25 points? Did the Kings trade the wrong point guard? Just throwing that out there today. Just because that's where everybody's at. Everyone's going to bitch about everything. We might as well recycle that dumb old take. Nuggets get the win over the Raptors on the road. And Nikola Jokic had 31, 15, and 6, probably yawning while he did it. And the LA Clippers, they go on the road. And they beat the Mavericks 120-111. Luka Doncic, 1 assist, I believe it was, off of, one rebound away from a triple-double, 28, 10, and 9 on 9 of 25. No Kyrie Irving in this game. Kawhi Leonard, who is, I don't know, can you do things very quietly for Kawhi? I know he's not flashy. That's not what I mean. But Kawhi Leonard, who is 32 years old, will be 33 in June. It might be time to wake up on Kawhi again, who the Clippers have played 27 games. Kawhi Leonard has played all 27. And it's funny, when he is healthy, he's averaging 24.5 points, 6 boards, 3.5 assists, 1.5 steals, 43% from beyond the arc, 52% from the field, and of course playing all-world defense. It's the league is better when Kawhi is healthy, and he is healthy. The Clippers pass up the Kings by a half game in the standings. They are now the 4 seed. The Kings the 5 seed, and the Kings are a half game ahead of the losing Dallas Mavericks. And we've been keeping an eye on it all week. The LA Clippers are the hottest team in basketball. The LA Clippers are the anti-Pistons. They are now 17-10. They have won 9 in a row. They have won 9 of their last 10 and beyond. The Clippers at one point were 3-7. Then they were 8-10. They have not lost since they were 8-10. As a matter of fact, since they were 3-7, they have now gone 14-3. So again, really, really, really need to take a look at those Clippers and Kawhi Leonard.
Arms getting up in the air, caused that deflection and the steal for the Clippers. Is anybody doubling?
Kawhi Leonard, hell-bent, heaven sent. Clippers lead 116-110.
We only have 1 minute, and I'll get to this later. Chris, I was sad you weren't here yesterday, in part because you missed out on one of the best hot takes we've heard, maybe in baseball history, and we had a lot of fun with it yesterday. Here's Justin Verlander's brother.
Well, this means everything. It's the most important signing in Dodgers history.
Shohei Ohtani, the most important signing in Dodger history.
Now, could I, as a benefit of the doubt, say the biggest signing in Los Angeles Dodger history?
If he'd have said Los Angeles Dodger history, I think we'd be okay.
A lot of people forget about that Brooklyn team.
A lot of people forget about that Brooklyn team.
How huge of a signing they made while they were there.
Yeah, Duke Snyder was huge. I actually have to take a look at Verlander's Twitter feed today. I do wonder if he cleaned that up. I had said yesterday, everybody says dumb things. Everybody has a brain fart. And I truly hope, and I'm perfectly okay forgiving Ben Verlander if he comes out and goes, guys, I'm stupid. Wasn't even thinking about it. Duh. But, in this day and age, you can't do that. We'll take a break. When we come back, the Baltimore Ravens feel disrespected. There's some interesting notes on Lamar Jackson and being an underdog. I'm here for it. I'm here for talking about anything but the Sacramento Kings, but unfortunately, we'll get right back to that in 3 for Madness, where we look at that loss. Kelly Brothers at 7:30, Sam Amick at 8 o'clock. Don't go away. We're right back.
The 49ers have secured their playoff berth, and now they chase the NFC's top seed.
Purdy out of the shotgun, looks left, throws end zone. Caught! George Kittle in the back of the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Check out all the 49ers games with Greg Papa and Tim Ryan
on your home for the playoff-bound 49ers. Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Do you have a game plan for COVID-19? Prescription oral treatments must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms, even if mild. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Visit treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
My dad has a cold, but also has high blood pressure. That's why I got him Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure for max strength daytime relief. Unlike some ordinary cold medicines, it's specially formulated for people like my dad. DayQuil High Blood Pressure is sugar-free, alcohol-free, and decongestant-free.
Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure. The daytime, non-drowsy, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, cold, and flu for people with high blood pressure.
Like my dad.
Medicine. Use as directed.
Do you have a game plan for COVID-19? Prescription oral treatments must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms, even if mild. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Visit treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
With RT Painting, our name says it all. We are a reliable and trusted commercial and residential painting company serving the Sacramento area since 1998. Employee-owned, our attention to detail is second to none. Put our decades of experience serving our community to use for you. Get a free quote today. Call us at 916-900-8112. That's 916-900-8112. Or go online to rtpainting.com. That's rtpainting.com. RT Painting, your trusted and reliable painting contractor of choice.
Red Hawk Resort Casino is the best place to go all in and all out. Go all in at our table games, then go all out to win on the area's only 3-story indoor kart track. Or go all in for our famous award-winning buffet. Then go all out at our state-of-the-art 18-lane bowling center. And now with a world-class sports bar and beautiful resort hotel, you can go all in for fun and all out for comfort. We're Red Hawk Resort Casino, official casino partner of the Sacramento Kings.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair, Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
Sacktown Sports is home to the Kings, Niners, and now the business of sports. Hosted by Kelly Brothers and brought to you by Cap Trust, offering customized, independent financial advice at captrust.com. Join Kelly Brothers, Carmichael, Dave, and Jason as they look at the business of sports every Thursday at 7:40 a.m. You want to know how sports really work? Follow the money. with Kelly Brothers from Cap Trust on Sacktown Sports.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Chad, what's happening for the Chrysler's Wrap Up the Year sales event?
This month, you can save up to $16,500 off MSRP on 2023 Ram 1500 Crew Cabs. With over 600 new Ram trucks available, your perfect new truck is waiting for you at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center. Plus, no payments for 90 days.
And what about those brand new Dodge Hornets everyone's talking about?
This month, you can lease a new 2024 Dodge Hornet RT plug-in hybrid for only $199 a month for 27 months. That's over $5,500 in total savings.
Now's the best time to get the vehicle you need at Hoblet. Search, select, and save at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
16,500 total net savings after 10,261 factory rebates and 6,239 dealer discount. Sample VIN 699991. Rebates include 1,000 case equipment cash. Must have purchased qualifying case equipment from authorized dealer and 500 first responder cash for members of eligible First Responder Association only. No payment for 90 days on approved credit through Chrysler Capital. 5,500 total net savings after 2,000 factory rebates and 3,500 dealer discount. 27-month lease with 3,995 due at signing plus tax and license fees on approved credit through Ally Financial. 7,500 max miles per year, 25 cents per mile for excess miles. 20 of each net savings.
The sewer system. It's probably the last thing on your mind, and that's okay. Because at the Sacramento Area Sewer District, it's our first priority. As the region's largest sewer utility, we own and maintain thousands of miles of sewer pipe. And our job is to get to your sewer problem before it interrupts your life. So whether you've got a slow drain or a backup, call us first, day or night. The Sacramento Area Sewer District. It's a dirty job, but we're happy to do it.
As we come together to celebrate the end of this long year, Stockton Honda has savings to bring us all cheer. Happy Honda Day savings and selection galore. Stockton Honda's online express purchase and great people give you more.
Save on 400 new Hondas at Stockton Honda during Happy Honda Days. Shop in person or online with our express purchase option.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Sacramento's premier music festival, Country in the Park, is back. 2 big old nights, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Walker Hayes, and more. 2-day GA tickets are on sale now starting at $85 or upgrade your experience with VIP or pit passes. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Bonnie Plumbing, Electric Heating and Air.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your flagship station for the Beam Team.
Should we light the beam? Light the beam, baby.
Sacktown Sports. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
If there's one thing, I'm being honest here. No cap, as the kids said. After a tough loss, I do enjoy coming in and chatting with everyone on the YouTube chat. Get in there if you want. Let's go to Sacktown Sports. Subscribe, follow, do all that stuff. Like, dislike, whatever. I do enjoy that. You can text us at 916-339-1140. Where's Russ? I haven't seen Russ in a while. I was just making fun of him. Then I realized I haven't seen Russ in a while. Russ would be in here telling us to cut Sabonis and, start Alex Len or something. Don't forget, you're listening. It's not all bad. We're going to bribe you. We have the Jiffy Lube Drive of the Game coming up at 7:45 if anyone was listening. To be determined. Don't blame you. We do also have a $100 gift certificate to Vieira Farms and another $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube. We'll give you both. One for a tree, one for winterizing your car. When we've been doing this thing where we're playing a Christmas song all week. And we'll stop the song.
Our guy made a comeback yesterday.
Read that what?
Our guy made a comeback yesterday.
Yeah, he at the very last second he pulled it out. That's the title. Never mind. Simone is the one choosing the songs this week. I think she did Santa Baby Monday. It was Silent Night Tuesday. It was Jingle Bell Rock yesterday. Today she's decided to do Run Run Rudolph by Chuck Berry. I don't know how that song goes, and I know the song. If you played it, I go, oh, I've heard that song.
It's in Home Alone.
I have I think the thing with Simone, though, what I think what she might have missed on today is that we're already struggling with Silent Night. We had a guy have to pull it out at the end for Jingle Bell Rock yesterday. I don't think, maybe I'm wrong. I have a feeling Run Run Rudolph might not go well. We're going to end up getting a Googler that wins the whole thing, and I don't want a Googler winning. You know, Silver Bells, whatever that chestnuts roasting on the open fire song. I always forget what it's called. Isn't it called like a Christmas song, I think? Winter Wonderland, Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Jingle Bells, Deck the Halls. You got all of those in front of you. Simone goes to Run Run Rudolph by Chuck Berry. Noted classic Christmas song. From the 916. Any long-term Kings fan could have predicted that last night. At least we didn't lose to the Wizards. I understand what you're saying. I did not think last night was going to happen as it did. I didn't. But it's not that you predict it. It's that in the back of your head, because we are conditioned this way. As soon as I heard Jason Tatum was out, I think every longtime Kings fan, including myself, went, ugh, okay. Well, that's going to make it worse. Al Horford's out too. Oh, God. That means people are going to step in. They're going to want these minutes. They're going to be fresher. They're going to want to prove something. It was one of those nights last night we've dealt with before. We've dealt with it before where they're not the Sacramento Kings. They're the Sacramento Robitussin. They are the elixir for sick teams. Having an issue? Play the Sacramento Kings. They'll heal you up. And is it just me too, or does it make it even worse that the night before a Warriors team that was down huge on their home floor against a full-strength Celtics team on rest were able to come back against them and beat them in overtime? Like, we saw it. We saw it literally the night before. Oh, well, the Celtics are going to be angry now. The Warriors beat them 132 to 126. In part by outscoring them 35-24 in the fourth. As a matter of fact, the Warriors outscored the Celtics 46 to 29 in the fourth quarter and overtime combined. That's when the Celtics were rested. Now, that's the type of score differential you'd think would exist on a team that's tired, that's running out of gas in the fourth and overtime. Nope. And Steph made the three that bounced off the moon and did the night-night meme on national TV. And then the following night, well, I think we were on NBA TV. Then the following night, we get pants at home. So we're like I think it makes us even more mad because in the end, you kind of feel like the great value Warriors. Like the Sacramento Kings are like the off-brand good team. We are the great value brand. We are the Hydrox cookies of the NBA. I mean, they're good. Give me a sleeve of Hydrox and some milk. I'm fine. We're the GoBots of the NBA. I'll play with them. They're not Transformers. Deep down, you know they're not Transformers. You know you're cutting costs.
Wow, that was a really good analogy.
Thank you. The Baltimore Ravens are coming to Levi's Stadium on Monday against the 49ers, who are looking like an actual elite championship contender. Kind of weird rooting for both those teams, Kings and Niners, on different levels. Then you have the Giants who are like, hi, everybody. We might sign somebody. Kyle Hamilton of the Ravens is disrespected.
I don't know what it is, but whether it's the lack of primetime games we've got or whatever, but I think the 11-3s are not created equal right now in terms of the 49ers versus us, and we feel a little disrespected by that. I feel like we are the best team in the league, and we've got an opportunity in front of the country to show it.
Well, the Ravens are 11-3. I don't have a problem, by the way, the way he's saying. Anything board works. Not saying he disrespects the Niners at all. He's just saying we feel disrespected. Well, you should feel that way. They're a 5.5-point underdog. I found this actually quite interesting. Being 5.5-point underdogs, that's the second largest underdog role of Lamar Jackson's 6-year career. That's pretty crazy. They were a 7-point underdog at the Chiefs, but they covered, even though they lost, 27-24 in overtime. Jackson has been favored in 62 of 75 career regular season starts. He is 9-4 outright as an underdog. That is a 70% win percentage. Marlon Humphrey said, I was surprised to see the line. I definitely want to make that incorrect for sure. Hopefully some people lose some money betting with them and make some money betting with us. In fact, the only time Baltimore was not favored this season was week 2 at Cincinnati. And the Ravens beat the Bengals 27-24. When you look at the numbers, it's not encouraging for the 49ers as far as trends go. Underdogs have won the past 7 games on Monday Night Football. It's the longest streak of underdogs winning outright in Monday Night Football history. Let me just repeat that and underline it. It's not that underdogs are covering the spread 7 times in a row on Monday Night Football, which would actually be very, very impressive on its own. Oh, the underdog's covered 7 straight times. That's really good. No, the underdog has won outright on Monday Night Football 7 straight times. The Ravens also have a 1-game lead over the Dolphins for the number 1 seed. They can clinch their AFC North title, first one in 4 years with a win. And if the Browns either lose or tie against the Texans. So there's a lot on the line. And I'm not in the Niners locker room. You know, we'll talk to Greg Papa at 8 o'clock tomorrow about this. But I really hope the Niners are putting as much, if not more, emphasis on this game as they did against the Cowboys earlier in the year and against the Eagles in Philadelphia. And I thought those two were the most prepared, the most dominant the Niners have looked all year long. Jacksonville also, but I think Dallas and Philly are better than Jacksonville. So either way, if we get Dallas, Philly, Jacksonville, San Francisco, it could be a sight to see on Monday. I mean, it could be a sight to see. I mean, we're talking like 34-10 type of drubbing there. An absolute sight to see. And if you just go by what they've done this year, you know, their 3 losses all came in a row, and it was the Browns, Vikings, Bengals. They were favored against all 3 teams. But in I would say 3 huge pressure games for this team. The Cowboys were coming in gangbusters, and they beat them 42-10. Then they had that losing streak. Then they had the bye. And then all the talk was about, are they going to keep losing? They're going into Jacksonville. Jacksonville's number 1 in the AFC. You're playing on the road. They add Chase Young, the defense, Steve Wilkes. Is he going to get fired, demoted? He's got to move down from the booth, all of that stuff. And they come out and they boat race Jacksonville in front of their home fans, 34-3. And then you've got the big NFC Championship rematch in Philadelphia against the 1 defeated Eagles, 1 loss. And they destroy the Eagles in front of their home fans. So they have come out and reacted quite well all 3 times. If you get those Niners against the Ravens on Christmas, it's going to be a sight to see. But if Lamar Jackson isn't getting spied correctly, if you're seeing the Ravens converting a bunch of 3rd downs and establishing that run, they do have injuries in their backfield. notable injuries in their backfield. It'll be very interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really geeked for this game. We'll take a break, a quick 30-second break. When we come back, 3 for Madness. It's all Kings. Expectations. What does the future hold? Is this the worst loss of the year? We'll get to all that. But I got to tell you first about my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. I've been telling you for a moment now about my folks doing the HVAC giveaway. Free HVAC system for you or for a family in need that you know. All you have to do is enter at theaeway.com. But they're full of all kinds of fantastic deals right now. Right now, American Energy Heat and Air is offering an HVAC diagnostic for free. Now, normally, you'll hear me all say they'll come out and do a check for $99, occasionally $49. Yeah, no, this is $0. Let the American Energy team test your system, the connections, and all the moving parts to ensure that everything's functioning properly. They'll do that for free. Did I say free? Yeah, I meant free. It's a limited offer. It expires January 31st. So you got just over a month to get her done. So set your appointment right now because a lot of people are going to be doing that. 916-520-9990. You can call today to schedule. 916-520-9990. A+ rating, Better Business Bureau. Been doing it in the greater Sacramento area since 1981. Go to AmericanEnergyAir.com, AmericanEnergyAir.com, making the uncomfortable comfortable. 3 for Madness brought to you by Firewings. Next.
The 49ers have secured their playoff berth, and now they chase the NFC's top seed.
Purdy out of the shotgun, looks left, throws end zone. Caught! George Kittle in the back of the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Check out all the 49ers games with Greg Papa and Tim Ryan.
On your home for the playoff-bound 49ers. Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
My dad's favorite segment, Sports Business with Kelly Brothers, coming up. Thank you, Dad. 7:27. That's just 10 minutes. Don't forget, Jiffy Lube Drive the game at 7:45. In the 8, 9 o'clock hours, we'll be giving away Christmas trees, Jiffy Lube gift certificates, and lift tickets to Sierra at Tahoe. That's right. We'll be bribing you all the way till 10 a.m. Styles and Watkins take the baton. In the meantime, it's Chris Law behind the glass. 3 for Madness. Question 1.
Are Kings fans' expectations too high?
I don't know, Chris. I don't know every Kings fan. That's a stupid question. Jeez. I wrote it. That's the funny thing.
What a dumb, stupid call.
I will say this. I think that expectation, if you expect that this team as it is currently constructed right now can hang, here's the thing. This is a nuanced conversation. Because I was just about to say can hang with the elite teams of the NBA. You're wrong. And then the other voice in my head goes, oh, really? Because we just beat the defending champion Denver Nuggets, and we beat the Minnesota Timberwolves, and we beat the Oklahoma City Thunder, and we beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm talking about all these top teams we beat. That's fine and good, and it shouldn't be overlooked. But we're running out of teams where we can say, well, it's just a bad matchup. It's not that they lost to the Celtics. It's how they lost. Kings were a better team in the regular season than the Warriors last year. What happened in the playoffs? They lost. They lost in the first round. And I believe the Kings were the better team. Now, I can believe that. It doesn't matter. The Warriors won, and they won that 7th game on the home floor. But what happened? Steph Curry stepped up, put down a 50-burger on the road. You have prime-time teams and prime-time players. You have teams that excel in the spotlight, and you have teams that get burned by the spotlight. Now, that goes away. I'm old enough to remember Kobe Bryant, and yes, I'm about to compare the Kings to Kobe Bryant. I remember Kobe Bryant coming in his first year or two and just flailing all over the place. You could see signs. You could see that he had all the talent in the world, but then he would just bounce, just brick a shot off the side of the backboard, hit an air ball, miss a shot in the clutch. That was just because he was young and dumb and didn't know any better. And obviously, Kobe went on to be one of the great players ever. The comparison here is just simply this team hasn't been there much. They're in their second year. The team is currently constructed, I do not believe, as a title contender. This is a team that will most likely win somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 games, plus or minus 2. They will get into the playoffs, and they will get bounced in the first or second round, as constructed. Now, if you kept this team together completely, didn't add, didn't subtract, for another 2-3 years, you're going to see nights like last night happen less and less. It's just how it goes. Experience matters. Chemistry matters. Being there matters. But right now, this is the Kings are, I wouldn't say they're at the kids' table, but I'd say that you've got the adults' table, the kids' table, and then in the middle, you have like the tweeners, like, the high school kids, junior high kids in the family. They're at that table. And everyone.
Wow, that was a really good analogy.
Probably not. They can hang with the adults and have some conversations, but they're still kind of kids. They're not there yet. And I don't think this roster is going to be the one that gets them there. Number 2, please.
Question 2.
Was this the worst loss of the year?
I think it was, and I don't think it's. I'm not gonna throw recency bias on it. Here's why. Because to me, the two worst losses. Now that we know that Houston was a surprise team to a lot of people, those losses look a little better. Houston's 13-12. They've kind of come back down to earth. They've lost 3 in a row, but Houston's a better team than they were last year. There's a lot of talent on that team. We knew that coming into the season. New coach, Dylan Brooks is let's be honest, done well there. Brought some things there. Fred VanVleet. It's either this one, to me, it's this one, or it's the New Orleans Pelicans loss at home. Here's what makes it worse to me. I take away the whole in-season tournament factor. They lost to a full-strength New Orleans Pelicans team at home. They got worked. The Celtics are a better team than the Pelicans. But the Celtics didn't have Jason Tatum. The Celtics were on the second night of a back-to-back. The Celtics didn't have Al Horford. And the Celtics had just lost in overtime the night before. And the Kings had a 12-point lead, kind of similar to that New Orleans game. The Kings started out well. The Kings had a lead, and then the Celtics adjusted, and the Celtics boat raced them. Now, there's a number of different ways we can go, but since we spend 98% of the time on the players, I don't want to go after any sacred cows here. So here's my my mea culpa before I even say it. I think Mike Brown is coach of the year last year. I think he's as responsible, if not more, than anyone in changing the culture. He is as close to a sacred cow as anyone on that team. That doesn't mean that he and the coaching staff are free from any criticism. And to shy away from that, if you criticize someone, it doesn't mean they're trash. It simply means you expect more out of them. I thought the coaching staff got pantsed last night. You want to talk about the players showing trends? Well, I think the coaching staff is also showing a little bit of a worrisome trend that they're getting out coached by other teams, that they're not making the adjustments that other teams are making. Other teams are going out, whether it was New Orleans or the Celtics, and I know that's just 2 examples, and they're adjusting. The Kings don't seem to be adjusting as well. Not to mention, I don't care about the timing of the challenges, but can we get someone, whoever's doing the challenges, can we switch that, please? Because at this point, I don't know what the numbers are, and maybe I'm wrong, and I'll apologize if I am, but it feels like the Kings win 1 out of every 34 challenges.
I don't remember the last time they won one.
I honestly don't. Now, a couple of those are Mike Brown. He admitted being emotional, challenging, listen to a player, whatever. You can't, account for that. You can't fault it. But you can't blame the challenge person. But again, there's back of the bench coach or coaches that have monitors in front of them that are in charge of challenging. And either the refs hate Sacramento, which possibility, or they're just not good at it. I'll say it before, man. Go hire a out-of-work retired referee. Put him in Kings gear and pay him $30,000 a year or $40,000 a year to sit on the bench and do nothing but decide challenges, because our challenges suck. And it's not just losing the challenge, it's losing the timeout. And it also feels like a little bit of a momentum shift when you lose a challenge. Like somebody just hit a 3 and 1. But to me, it was the worst.
Or getting a block and then the other team getting it back and shooting a 3.
Oh, you're talking about JaVale McGee? I feel like I've seen that before, when JaVale McGee blocking a shot and then a 3.
Boston well on top. JaVale McGee just blocked a hammer attempt, but the ball squirted to the corner, and Derek White knocks down the 3 to make it 111-85.
All right, we got to go quick, please. Number 3, sorry.
Question 3.
Ouch.
Can wins this weekend erase this?
I think they can erase it, but they can make you feel better. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like if you suffer a bad breakup and you get a new girl or boyfriend, it's not going to erase the pain, but it's going to numb it a little bit. Sorry, I was waiting for the...
Wow, that was a really good analogy.
Yes. It'll make me feel a little better, but then it will also... Am I right, Kings fans? If they go out and they beat Phoenix and Minnesota on back-to-backs, it's almost going to make me more angry about this loss. Like, where were you? Where were you then? At least be consistently good or consistently bad. It's like the umpires. If you're going to miss calls, miss them consistently. It's infuriating, as I'm getting angry over something that hasn't happened yet and probably won't happen. It is infuriating when you can't predict at all. But yes, I'd obviously rather them at the end of the day, if they go, I said yesterday, 2 and 1, I'm good with. 1 and 2 isn't a complete disaster. But if you don't think 0 and 3 is on the table, then pass the Dutchie to the left-hand side. We'll take a break. Kelly Brothers Sports Business coming up next.
It's the best team in the AFC versus the best team in the NFC on Christmas in San Francisco.
Murray back. Murray time throws. Intercepted. Charvarius Ward running back the other way. He's gone.
The 11-3 Baltimore Ravens bring their talent out west to face the 11-3 San Francisco 49ers. Game time at 5:15 Christmas night on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
If there's anything more stressful for me than holiday shopping, it's last-minute holiday shopping. That's why I'm so glad I went to Kohl's. I found great gifts at great prices, like stocking stuffers starting at $3.99 and beauty faves for $25 and under. And with a 20% coupon, I got gorgeous silver jewelry under $20, plus Iron Kohl's Cash. So if you want less stress and more savings, even at the last minute, you know where to go. Select styles, beauty, coupons do not apply. 20% offer ends December 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
It's the season of performance event at Acura of Stockton. Elevate your driving experience with a vehicle that's built to impress. Lease a new Acura RDX or MDX. Acura of Stockton has a great selection of new Acuras and customer service that will exceed your expectations. Take luxury to a whole new level in a new Acura from Acura of Stockton or AcuraofStockton.com, where precision-crafted performance is at your fingertips.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emron Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Drapes, Kyle Draper. I got to tell you about the owners of Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. They believe that when you buy the finest car in the world, you deserve the best car buying experience you'll ever have. And trust me, I know. I'm a customer, and you can see why their customers come back year after year, generation after generation. I'm now rolling in the finest ride I've ever had. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. It's just 45 minutes from Sacramento, right off I-5, so what are you waiting for? Or you can head online at mbofstockton.com. Stockton.com.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton and Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton and Price in your corner. When you call Ashton and Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real live person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Joining us now on Sports Sense, certified financial planner Kelly Brothers. Kelly is an advisor with Cap Trust, one of the nation's largest registered investment advisors. Cap Trust counts among its clients numerous pro athletes and pro sports franchises, but most importantly, Californians through comprehensive. Here's Kelly Brothers.
Man, that slaps, as the kids say. Slaps, Kelly.
We're not the kids anymore, Dave. We're not the kids.
No, we're not. Trust me. I'm learning that more and more every day, and it's the children that let us know that, don't they, Kelly?
They do further and further from now it's the kids of the kids. It's but that's all right.
Yeah,
we're moving out of our own demographic.
It forces us as grown middle-aged men, fathers, and all that fun stuff to study hard about things like Taylor Swift and the effect on the NFL that she has. I know like 3 Taylor Swift songs to try to be cool, but I always try to compare it. Like I asked my daughter the other day, hey, is Taylor Swift is she as popular as like Alanis Morissette was in the 90s? And the answer is it's just not even close. Obviously, Taylor is so you start wondering, well, I mean, where are we at here? Are we Madonna in the 80s? Prince? Are we approaching Michael Jackson? And when it comes to dollar amounts, she's in that category, which blows me away.
No, and her halo effect is unbelievable. I mean, she's a billionaire now. She just blew the lid off at not only a tour but a movie about the tour. But more than that, I just wanted to look. I looked at her numbers of all right. How is she impacting the NFL, given her relationship with Travis Kelce? 400% increase in Kelce's jersey sales, which Fanatics loves. The podcast, the Kelce podcast of the two brothers. By the way, maybe the best part about this is, I mean, Jason Kelce is a really good guy. I knew nothing about him, and not only is he a great player, but he knows how to think as well. That podcast is now #1 on Apple's podcast charts.
Wow.
So, Kelce added nearly 400,000 new followers on Instagram. StubHub reporting a 3-fold increase in interest in Chiefs tickets, not Kings tickets.
Sure.
So obviously, this relationship. I mean, if the NFL marketing department could have, kind of drummed up some sort of relationship to boost interest, especially among young women in the NFL, they found the right one. It's going well for them.
It's interesting too, because here in Sacramento, there were hearings back in September when you had thousands of fans that couldn't get tickets for her stadium tour, and you had some diehards. Now, this is their fault, but you're. I mean, I don't want to get too crazy, too out of pocket, but you had some diehard Taylor Swift fans paying 70 times face value for their tickets. You may remember the story, Kelly, about some of her fans where, I'm not making a joke here, wearing adult diapers to the concerts because they didn't want to miss songs by waiting in line. And you know what? If you're paying 70 times face value, I can kind of understand the logic.
I thought I was the only one who did that.
You and me for Paul McCartney, though.
Yeah.
What I find myself struggling with Kelly is that you could, again, I don't want to get out of pocket here, but I do think there's actually an argument. You could argue that that's a little bit of that's a mental issue. If people who don't have money are paying that price and are that obsessed and have to have the gear and are literally going into debt to do this, which we've heard of, that's as much, it's a fanatic. It's a mental issue. And so that being said, you could make an argument, and Congress did here, that the ticket masters and the Live Nations and the ones that control the ticket prices, it's completely broken. It's always been broken back when Pearl Jam was touring in first round in the 90s, where you had these ticket places that the bots are going in, they're grabbing all the tickets, they're throwing them on the resale market, and the market pays it, and it's become a real business. Gone are the days where a ticket to a show is $75 and you pay $75. It almost doesn't happen anymore.
No, and we've seen various people try to combat that. I remember you had Garth Brooks. Remember he came to town and played like 8 shows in a row, and his whole idea was he wanted to take the scalpers out of the game. I'm not sure that works. And Taylor's playing one show and selling it out and moving on to the next stadium. But if I were the NFL, can you imagine? What's interesting about this to me is that, and I don't know the backstory here, but this is all just speculation.
Sure.
But for whatever reason, Taylor Swift has not done a Super Bowl, even though she would seem to have been in the, on
Right.
number one on that list of desired artists for a long time. Can you imagine if they could have a discussion with who is it, Usher this year? Usher?
Yeah.
If they had a discussion with Usher and said, "Hey, Usher, we're going to move you to next year, and we're going to bring in Taylor and let her do the Super Bowl, and then the Chiefs make the Super Bowl." Woo! Now you're talking about some momentum there. Although I think she's scheduled to be in Asia somewhere the night before, but they got to be thinking about that stuff because you got her in the building already.
I don't understand why. That is weird. Isn't that weird that she hasn't played a Super Bowl? Like, it almost lends credence to the whole conspiracy thing. Like, are they setting this up? It's weird. Maybe she'll make a secret appearance if the Chiefs.
Yeah, and I often wondered. I could not find numbers on who pays who to be in the Super Bowl.
I didn't think they got paid, did they? I thought they did it for free. I'm not sure. I always thought
I think they do it for free, and I think the artist is the one who pumps millions into their production.
Yes.
Like Dr. Dre pumped a lot of money into that production when he did it with Snoop Dogg and who else was on that?
Snoop and Eminem and 50 Cent. And,
yeah. So I think that's the way it worked. I'm not sure that's the way it's always worked, but that is one of those situations, man, where both make out. The NFL and the TV network make a lot of money off the half. I mean, you'll get more people using the bathroom, doing whatever they want to do during the game as opposed to missing the halftime of the Super Bowl. But at the same time, it's an incredible platform for the artists too.
Well, I've got the numbers here. Usher will not be paid. That has never happened since 1960. However, the NFL does shell out the money for the expense and production costs that have been known to exceed $13 million. However, there's some fun numbers here. J-Lo and Shakira saw a 1,013% sales increase of the 14 songs they performed in 2020. Justin Timberlake in 2018 secured his 4th Billboard #1 album. Maroon 5, whose show was criticized by a lot of people, not me, saw their sales spike 434%. And when you think about it, companies pay $6.5 million for a 30-second ad this year. If your average, let's say, Super Bowl halftime show is 10 minutes, you do the math right there. That's a $130 million exposure infomercial for an artist or artists. So it does make sense. In fact, I think the NFL almost certainly could say, we're not even paying expenses. Screw you. You want it, you got it. And I think every artist in the world, pretty much, except Taylor Swift, would still do the halftime show.
Yeah, and I'd love to know her thinking as to why she hasn't done it,
Yeah.
But and yeah, you could put her down as sports person of the year. I've been looking at some of the lists, Dave, of because everyone, Forbes, Athletic, Sports Business Journal, and the top two that keep coming back in terms of sports business person of the year are Messi and Dion. And I think even though Messi,
Deion Sanders, yeah.
Yes.
Not Celine, just making sure.
Yeah, that's right. So, but even though Deion's season didn't go exactly like he would have envisioned, let's say from 4 games in on, they did sell out Folsom Field every game for the first time in a generation, and I'm sure the money pouring into the University of Colorado far exceeds what they ever expected. So.
One last thing I want to get to here, Kelly, the world of social media when it comes to Instagram. I'm a Twitter guy. Facebook I use mostly for family and stuff, but still there's some public conversation there. Instagram's that's always kind of been third to me, but that's not how it works in the real world. And you've got some huge influencers on Instagram.
You do, but there's huge differentials too. I just saw this list of Instagram followers for the various major sports, and it surprised me a little bit. NFL, Odell Beckham Jr. At 17 million.
Yeah.
Shohei Ohtani, this number is about 2 or 3 weeks old, so I'm sure it's gone up at 6.7 million. He's probably closer to 10 by now.
Yeah.
The number one in the NHL has less than 2 million. And then you go to the NBA, LeBron James has 159 million.
Yeah.
You're talking about 100 times what the number one NHL player has, 100 times for LeBron. And then you go to MLS. And Messi has 3 times what LeBron has. And if you look at the list of all the athletes, it's soccer obviously dominates worldwide in terms of who has what, which I find very interesting that it's so far above everywhere else.
Well, as of a couple of days ago, I'm looking it up here. Lionel Messi had 493 million Instagram followers, and that is his own portable brand. He can take that anywhere, and that's why when you look at what Miami paid to sign him, they're gonna make that back, and they won the lottery when he agreed to sign. Just simply the jersey, you want to talk about the Taylor Swift effect on Kelsey jerseys. That is a drop in the bucket compared to those Miami jerseys that Messi has sold.
And here's the other interesting thing. You look at top 10 in the world, Dave, still in the top 10 is David Beckham. Still.
Yep. Have you watched?
So you take Beckham's ownership of Miami and Messi playing for Miami, and you amplify whatever message you want via those 2 Instagram accounts, and you can see where there's great leverage there.
Have you watched the Beckham documentary on Netflix?
Not yet. Is it worth
it? Highly recommended. Really, 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 the amount of footage they have from back in the day, and how you really kind of understand what he went through, and that and Posh Spice and the whole first couple type of thing, and they really kind of designed it. After Diana's death, everybody kind of glommed on to Victoria and David Beckham. It's a very interesting juxtaposition between the two, and I highly recommend it. What's going on in your world, Kelly?
Oh man, we're just wrapping up the year. It's been an interesting year in the markets, but the job remains the same. It's long-term vision. It's making sure you do what you need to do in the calendar year in which you need to do it. So a lot of gifting, people giving money in stock and that sort of thing, and required minimum distributions, which are, as you get older, you have to take them or you start getting fined by the IRS. So a lot of year-end stuff. Hey, Dave, one last number I just saw that I find very interesting.
Yes.
Chick-fil-A restaurants. If you look at McDonald's, their annual standalone restaurant on average brings in about $3.7 million a year. Chick-fil-A 8.7. So you're talking, more than double, nearly triple. And that's with Chick-fil-A's closed on Sunday.
Yep.
So,
52 less days.
That's right. You're right. And especially they even have Chick-fil-A at football stadiums where they don't open on Sundays, which blows me away.
Yeah, they have that in Atlanta, I believe. I read the biography of Truett Cathy, the founder of Chick-fil-A, a while ago. And, there's some controversial stuff with Chick-fil-A, but the the philosophy and how they run the businesses. In fact, one of my good friends, his best friend is in Atlanta right now training to become a Chick-fil-A operator. He went to work for Chick-fil-A when he was 18 years old. He's now 31. They only hire from within. You can't just come in and grab a franchise. And he was telling me some of the numbers that he can expect owning a Chick-fil-A, the average numbers. And my God, you hear about In-N-Out managers making between $100,000 and $200,000 a year, which pales in comparison to what a Chick-fil-A operator is going to make. This guy's set for life. He's going to be set for life running a fast food restaurant.
Well, not only that, Dave, the other interesting part about their model is their owners own one or maybe two Chick-fil-A's.
That's right.
They don't let someone come in and have 15 or 30 Chick-fil-A's like they do at some of the other fast food restaurants, because they want the owner on premises watching every day, working in the business every day. It's a great model. So,
well, and yeah, you also have, by the way, it's not Chick-fil-A, but nobody knows who Lindsay Snyder Ellingson is. I can almost guarantee there's not a single person listening right now who knows who Lindsay Snyder Ellingson is. She's 41 years old. She's the sole inheritor of the In-N-Out chain, which does not franchise. It's all her. It's all the In-N-Outs are all Lindsay Snyder, which is pretty. I always thought that was also incredibly insane. In a good way, $6.7 billion.
Well, and part of that, one of the reasons for that, Dave, is because of a tragic plane crash that took some of their family leadership. I think it happened outside Modesto.
It was
somewhere down to
Fresno. Yeah, it was down there. Yeah. They were on their way to Fresno.
Yeah, that was a great tragedy. And next time we'll talk about the other story that kind of fits into that is Stan Kroenke. We'll talk about that next year.
You got it, Kelly. I appreciate you.
Great to see it. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, my friend.
You too, my man. You take care. That is Kelly Brothers. I always say my dad's favorite segment. So many of you as well. Positive feedback on that as well. We appreciate Kelly and all his time. We will take a break. Wow, we're way late for a break. When we come back, 4 down territory, the Ravens, Kyle Shanahan. And let's revisit the argument we had at the beginning of the NFL season about running backs. Let's talk about that next.
It's the best team in the AFC versus the best team in the NFC on Christmas in San Francisco.
Murray back. Murray time throws. Intercepted. Charvarius Ward running back the other way. He's gone.
The 11-3 Baltimore Ravens bring their talent out west to face the 11-3 San Francisco 49ers. Game time at 5:15 Christmas night on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacktown Sports is home to the Kings, Niners, and now the business of sports. Hosted by Kelly Brothers and brought to you by Cap Trust, offering customized, independent financial advice at captrust.com. Join Kelly Brothers, Carmichael, Dave, and Jason as they look at the business of sports every Thursday at 7:40 a.m. You want to know how sports really work? Follow the money with Kelly Brothers from Cap Trust on Sacktown Sports.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what's happening for Chrysler's Wrap Up the Year sales event?
This month, you can save up to $16,500 off MSRP on 2023 Ram 1500 crew cabs. With over 600 new Ram trucks available, your perfect new truck is waiting for you at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center. Plus, no payments for 90 days.
Okay, but what about the last of the Dodge Chargers and the Challengers?
This month, save up to $5,000 off MSRP and get 0% financing for 72 months on the 2023 Dodge Charger SXTs and Challenger GTs with no payments for 90 days.
The savings and financing won't last long. Search, select, and save at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$16,500 total net savings after 10,261 factory rebates and 6,239 dealer discount. Sample VIN 699,991. Rebates include 1,000 case equipment cash. Must have purchased qualifying case equipment from authorized dealer and 500 first responder cash for members of the eligible First Responder Association only. No payments for 90 days on approved credit through Chrysler Capital. 5,000 total net savings after 5,000 dealer discount. Plus 0% financing for 72 months on approved credit through Chrysler Capital. Equals $1,389 per thousand borrowed. 10 of this net savings. See dealer for details.
Hey, it's Juice and Mo. Make this Christmas unforgettable by shopping at our friends Sharif Jewelers.
Do you even remember what you thought last Christmas?
No.
Well, you got to make this one memorable.
Okay.
Make sure to go into Sharif Jewelers. You can get diamond studs, tennis bracelets. There's so many classic, timeless pieces that can be worn every single day, available in both lab-grown and natural mined.
In so many different price points. So don't go anywhere else this holiday season. Support a local, family-owned business rooted in Sacramento for 30 years. Sharif Jewelers.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket, just like our customer Jared.
I'm the singer and guitarist in a band, and I use my Cricket phone for everything. It's basically like another band member.
Don't miss a single beat. Switch today and get a free Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Real customer paid for testimonial. Must bring your number to Cricket on up to a $60 a month voice plan depending on device. Select models only while supplies last. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See store for details.
As we come together to celebrate the end of this long, long year, Stockton Honda has savings to bring us all cheer. Happy Honda Day savings and selection galore. Stockton Honda's online express purchase and great people give you more.
Save on 400 new Hondas at Stockton Honda during Happy Honda Days. Shop in person or online with our express purchase option.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Sacramento's premier music festival, Country in the Park, is back. 2 big ol' nights, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Walker Hayes, and more. 2-day GA tickets are on sale now starting at $85, or upgrade your experience with VIP or pit passes. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Bonnie Plumbing, Electric Heating and Air.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kelly Brothers. Sam Amick in 9 minutes. We ran over. That's my fault. So we got to get to 4 down territory. Right now, please, Chris Verlod. Behind the glass. 4 questions. 4 answers. They may or may not be accurate. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
The Ravens say they feel disrespected by the Vegas line on the game. Should they feel this way?
I mean, should, probably not. You know, the Niners are a juggernaut. The Niners have more quality wins, although Baltimore, we were looking at that earlier, does have quality wins. I don't want to disrespect them in any way. They're a good team. They're a really good team. And it probably won't work out this way. It rarely does. But this truly, you know, you get the hyperbole about a Super Bowl preview. Well, we got 3 weeks left in the year, and you got the number 1 teams in the NFC and AFC facing off. It really could be a Super Bowl preview. And I have no problem seeing the Ravens coming out of the AFC. You know, could it be the Ravens? Sure. Could it be the Chiefs? Sure. Could the Bills get hot at the right time? Maybe. Miami hanging there? Who knows? They're a 5.5-point underdog. And we talked about it earlier. Lamar Jackson is rarely an underdog. I think, 6 or 7 times in his entire career. This is the second biggest underdog he's been, and it's only 5.5 points. I don't think they should be, but I don't blame them for feeling this way. Look, you need everything you can get, and that's good locker room motivation. They're already motivated. Bulletin board material is overrated at this level. But I don't have a problem with that. And if the Niners are going into Baltimore and they were the underdog and they were saying they feel disrespected, as a Niner fan, I'd be like, yeah, we're disrespected. So bottom line is none of that crap matters come Sunday at 5:15. Or excuse me, Monday at 5:15, Christmas Day, right here on your home of the Niners, Sacktown Sports. Second down, please.
Should Kyle Shanahan get more consideration for Coach of the Year?
Yeah, he should. It's funny to me that he is not going to win Coach of the Year.
They really even shouldn't call it Coach of the Year. It should be like most improved team.
That's really, you're 100% correct, because it's going to go to the Colts. It's going to go to D'Amico Ryans and the Texans. It's going to be, a team like that nobody expected to do well. Meanwhile, the teams that everyone expected to do well, they're 11-3, the Niners are. But here's the reason why. the biggest argument you hear, which is a BS argument, but the biggest argument you hear in the media and amongst MVP voters is that Brock Purdy plays in Kyle Shanahan's system. Well, if Kyle Shanahan's system is so amazing, that means he's elevating people like George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, who have never played, I believe, for a non-Shanahan team. Kittle might have. I don't think so. So if Brock Purdy's the MVP because he's a system quarterback in the Kyle Shanahan system and Brock's going to win the MVP, well, Kyle Shanahan should be the coach of the year. Would Brock Purdy be doing what he's doing in DeMeco Ryan's system, in Shane Steichen's system? No. He ain't going to win it, but he should definitely be getting more consideration. The guy's got the best team in the NFL right now. Third down, please.
Other than Niners-Ravens, what game are you most looking forward to this weekend?
Well, the Niners and Ravens are going to get all the notice, and they should. But there's a nice game, 125 Sunday. Cowboys in Miami taking on the Dolphins. That's 2 10-4 teams going at it. The Dolphins are 6-1 at home. The Cowboys are 3-4 on the road. And this is a battle, in my opinion. Again, Sports Talk Radio hot take guy here. Of the two most fraudulent teams in the NFL. This is a battle between two teams that so badly need this win. Miami needs it because what's their signature win? You want to know who they've beaten this year? The Chargers, the Patriots, the Broncos, the Giants, the Panthers, the Patriots, the Raiders, the Jets, the Commanders, and the Jets. They've lost to the Bills, the Eagles, the Chiefs, and then by a point to the Titans a couple weeks ago. Bottom line is they haven't beaten a team above 500. And every team that they've played above 500 has either boat raced them or just flat out beaten them. We've already gotten into the Cowboys enough and how they are on the road and how they are against above 500 teams with the exception of the Eagles. So both of these teams really need this win. I'm excited for it. Fourth down.
Has this season helped or hurt running backs?
You remember the beginning of the year, and the whole thing was Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley. The running backs need to get paid more. I honestly think it's hurt them. You want to know who your highest paid running backs are? Let's take a look. Derrick Henry, not a playoff team. Nick Chubb, I'm not going to count that because he got the injury. Josh Jacobs, not a playoff team. Tony Pollard, playoff team. But is it because of Tony Pollard? I mean, could they have not plugged in somebody else? I don't know. Saquon Barkley, not a playoff team. James Conner, not a playoff team. Joe Mixon's making $8.4 million. Okay. Aaron Jones, not a playoff team. Alvin Kamara, probably not a playoff team. Austin Eckler, not a playoff team. Dalvin Cook, not a playoff team. Then you go down lower and lower and lower, and you find guys that are either on rookie deals or just making it happen. Kenneth Walker of the Seahawks, $1.9 million. DeAndre Swift, $1.7 million with the Eagles. James Cook of the Bills, $1.3 million. I mean, I'm going way down the list. Now, obviously, your Christian McCaffreys of the world are going to get paid, and they're going to make a difference. But if you're just looking at results, man, not in the world of the NFL. I don't think this year's helped running backs whatsoever. I think it's actually hurt them in that argument. We'll take a break. Sam Amick of The Athletic, an extended conversation with him about the trade deadline, the Sacramento Kings, and more coming up next.
Keegan Murray plays here.
Keegan scores another three-pointer. Keegan Murray knocking it down for 23 points. Snatch the Aaron Fox for game scoring honors.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Stop your grinding with Bucks Night Guard.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. I ended up going to a dentist, and he wants to charge over $600 for a night guard. That's when I found the Brooks Night Guard. You mold it at home to the top or bottom teeth. Other mouth guards go all the way to the back, which allows the back teeth to touch. This is where most of the grinding and clenching occurs. The Brooks Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brux Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Order your Brux Night Guard today and get 10% off plus free shipping. Go to bruxnightguard.com and enter the code BRUX91. That's BRUX91.
Stop your grinding with Brux Night Guard.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No, we tailor our clients' portfolios to their goals and needs.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We're a fiduciary, the highest standard of care for a financial advisor. It means we're obligated to act in our clients' best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we have one transparent management fee structured, so we do better when our clients do better.
Sounds like you really look out for your clients.
We do, because our priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly, different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
Carmichael Dave here for Jiffy Lube, your proud sponsor of the Drive of the Game. Now listen to every Kings game for Gary Gerald's Drive of the Game call. Then listen to Jason and myself the next morning for a chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area. Get your vehicle ready for the holiday driving season at Jiffy Lube today. Oil changes, wiper blades, tire rotations, and more. For more information, go to jiffylube.com.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
Hey, DC comic movie fans, the Esquire IMAX Theater in downtown Sacramento is playing Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, the IMAX experience, for a limited time.
I'm gonna murder his family and burn his kingdom to ash.
Experience this year's superhero film of the year on the Esquire IMAX 6-story screen. Getting tickets is easy. Visit IMAX.com/Sacramento for showtimes and reserved seating. And don't miss Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom at the Esquire IMAX Theater this week.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. KHTKAM Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
All right. Let's all just take our medicine, if you will. The Sacramento Kings got absolutely pantsed last night at home. But we've got other things to talk about, too, as we do each and every Thursday at 8 a.m. with the Athletics' own Sam Amick. Sam, Jason's off this week. It's just you and I, buddy. Good morning.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
You know. I'm healthy now. Got over whatever. Christmas is coming up. Things are good. Okay, but as a Kings fan and as a show host on the flagship station of the Kings, I have been better. Were you at the game last night, perchance?
Funny you should ask. First of all, I was bracing for, like, I know this is for the YouTube crowd, but
it's coming.
Okay, fair enough. I'll let
coming. Don't think I didn't notice. Sam is referring to the fact that he has been relegated to the garage. I can see there's a white fan in the background, and by that I mean a plug-in fan, not me out at the Kings game. There's There's all kinds of garages. I believe that looks like a is that a cycle or something with some there it is. Why are you relegated to the garage, Sam?
We have family in town that is sleeping in my office at the moment. In fact, the elliptical behind me that you like to poke fun at about how dusty it is. I even had to move that in the garage to create space. So, different digs today. You see I got the sweatshirt on with the jacket because it's a little chilly out here.
I love real life. I love it when real life, everyone puts their pants on one leg at a time. Even nationally renowned NBA writers, you get booted because family's in town, and now you're bundled up doing hits in front of the elliptical machine. I love it.
It's pretty good. All right. So back to your question, although it actually ties in. Mm-hmm. Was I at the game? I was game like proximate. I was close. We were actually messing around downtown with the family, doing kind of Sacramento things, having a good time. So I did not partake. I actually watched most of it from home because we got back around 7:30. To me, this Kings team, it's funny, as I was getting ready for us to chat, I'm thinking to myself that, the goalpost has obviously moved in terms of expectations. And you see when they're 16-10, it's like, hey, best start to the season since, 04-05. The history provides such a kind of low bar context, if that makes sense. But now the bar is higher. So it's just not a good night for the squad. No Jason Tatum, and you still get boat raced by the Celtics. Porzingis had his way. Jaylen Brown looked like an MVP candidate. Yeah. Derek White had a great night. So it is weird, with this team. You look at the record, this Kings team, and it's by and large pretty good. And then they just have this terrible habit of really getting blown out way too often.
Yeah, a home loss to go to Vegas by the Pelicans, which was their third blowout loss. Well, second blowout loss to the Pelicans, third loss overall of the year. Got blown out on their home floor by the Clippers after that emotional win over the Warriors, where they had to come back from, I think, 24 down to win that one. The two blowouts in Houston. They're just, but then Sam, I caught myself earlier saying it just looks like this is a team that is underneath the ceiling of elites, that they're in that second tier of also rans that aren't there yet, but they're 1-0 against the Timberwolves. They're 2-0 against the Thunder. They're 2-0 against the Lakers. They beat the defending champions. So it really is kind of a bit of a two-face with this team.
It is. There's some context that, I think.
Sure.
Tell me if I get it wrong. Defending champions with no Jamal Murray. Is
correct.
That right?
Correct.
There was another one in there where it was this. They beat Phoenix, but I think it was just Devin Booker. Or
no Beal, no Durant. You're correct.
So they're talented and they're so explosive offensively that if they've got it going, they can run anybody else off the floor too. It's the games where you're in the mud. I know that's a cliche, but it's true. They were in this game going into the third quarter, and the first 4 minutes of the second half were ugly, and then it's a wrap, and that's where you see kind of the fight and really the stuff that Mike Brown came into the season wanting them to get better at. Those are playoff type of games. Now, the first thing you got to do is make sure you get in the playoffs. They're fifth in the West right now, which is fine. Mm-hmm. But those are playoff type of games that you got to find a way to, if not win, at least feel like you were, in it till the end.
I'm doing some quick math here. I think 70 to, 53? They got completely outscored in the second half. You are correct. It was 74-66 going into the third. And that's on top of the fact that the Kings opened up with a 12-point lead, and De'Aaron Fox on his birthday had 17 points in the first half. And it does lead to one thing, Sam.
Wait, Dave, didn't he have 26?
26 overall?
No, 26 in the first half.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say? I apologize. He had 17 in the first quarter. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
and he finished with 26 in the first half, 29 to finish the game, which means 3 points in the second half. And
Good mathing, by the way.
Thank you for that. We're all on the fly. It does beg the question, we focus on players, we focus on box scores, but do we also have a problem where the coaching staff, the defending coaching staff of the year, are they getting out coached when it comes to adjustments in these games?
Interesting question. Of course, sometimes they are.
Yeah.
Optionality, I think, is where, not to sound defensive for the coaching staff, but I think it is roster wise where you just see some of these matchups. Like, what are you supposed to do with Porzingis? Like, who on this team is going to deal with Porzingis? I think third quarter there was that play where Kevin Huerter, who to his credit is a bit scrappier of a defender than people give him credit for.
Agreed.
Kevin winds up on Porzingis and he's around the nail and gives it everything he's got to contest and ends up, hitting Porzingis on the hand, getting the whistle for the foul. But what struck me was like, my God, Kevin was stretching out every absolute centimeter of his frame. And he still couldn't get up to the ball. And that was obviously on a rotation. But those type of matchups, you go back to New Orleans, Jonas Valanciunas, Sabonis is an incredibly physical big.
Ivica Zubac.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Zubac looking, like Hakeem at times.
Yeah.
That seems to be a theme, and it's tricky. I don't know what direction you want to go, but if you naturally this time of year, spin it forward to the trade deadline and things that teams may or may not do, I personally have not been able to really find that kind of perfect candidate for this team that would look great on this roster to fix that particular big problem, because you don't want to take away what Sabonis does. And so there's always this, that's got to be factored in, his playmaking, the spacing, everything he needs. But that problem with certain types of bigs seems pretty consistent.
No, I agree with you. And it was a couple weeks ago. I was talking to somebody who knows Kings things really, really well. Someone who works for the organization or did. And they were making a big pitch that the Kings, I always thought it was, you need a wing defender, a 3 or 4. They said ultimately for the Kings to hit their ceiling that they need a 5. They need it's easy to say this, but a Jaren Jackson type, maybe a Brook Lopez type, but they need somebody who can clog the lane down low and free Sabonis up. And then ultimately Domantas Sabonis is a 4 being asked to be a 5, but his limited, not through lack of effort, but his limited defensive capabilities down low are ultimately going to hamper the Kings. Do you think there's something there to the fact that Domantas might be even better as a 4 rather than a 5 for this team?
I feel like I would need to go back and watch a lot of Indiana Pacers tape to answer.
It didn't work with Turner.
That's my point. And it's funny. I actually, when the Pacers were in Vegas, I talked to Miles. You probably saw the story because he gave his opinion that he thought the Pacers won the Sabonis Halliburton trade.
Yeah,
but Miles is happy as a clam now because he wanted to be at the 5, and was moved off at the time. So it didn't work with that combo. And that's where you watch what the Kings do offensively from a spacing standpoint. Where does that big go? You can only run so much pick and roll down the middle, unless that's a stretch 5, which is pretty tough to find. I don't know. It's a tricky fit because Sabonis is so important for what they do. I don't know what other names might come to mind, but I think you got to be careful with it.
Sam Amick of The Athletic joining us. Let me digress for a second, then we'll get back into it. You mentioned specifically that Huerter play on Porzingis. So you were out and about, but I'm putting you on the spot here. I apologize, but you physically, you saw that play on TV, so I can reference it as far as.
Yeah, that's fine. We were home. We watched most of the game on TV.
Yeah, ask you something about that play. So Huerter fouled Porzingis. He got him on the arm. It's a tough call, but he got him. And I know that amongst there's a few calls last night that upset some Kings fans. But by the letter of the law, that was I didn't have a problem with that call. But what I did have a problem with, Sam, and you see this a lot. If you remember right, Huerter got Porzingis on the arm, and the ball went through the air. and it hit the ground almost before the refs blew the whistle. And we've had this conversation before philosophically, but is that a thing as somebody who watches 30,000 games a year? Is this a real, actual thing with referees where they will occasionally swallow their whistle pending the outcome of the shot? Because that's what it felt like last night.
I don't know the answer to that. The fan part of my mind, says yes, of course, but that's not, I don't think, the part that you're asking to answer the question.
That's true.
The part that has talked to officials about this particular topic will just relay what they claim, which is that people seem to forget that they're humans and their brains only work so quickly, and that it is a processing, delay, if you will. It is a, making sure you get it right. But it sure, I'm going to go back to the fan part. It sure feels that way a lot, that it's kind of just that thing of, all right, if you got nothing out of this shot, then that's going to be the decision maker tipping point, if you will. And I'm going to go ahead and blow the whistle. But that's not how it should be. But, I do think at times we expect perfection within, 3/10 of a millisecond,
sure.
Which is tricky too.
Well, it's funny. All you have to do is look at, we talked about this earlier, at the Sacramento Kings, who employ some incredibly experienced. I mean, we just talked about it. That staff is coach of the year. And I think they're one out of their last 764 when it comes to challenges. That could be off. And that's just kind of a little microcosm. If you're losing all these challenges, it also, it shows that maybe you need to be better at challenging, but it also kind of shows how good these refs are a little bit too in real time.
Yeah, no, they are pretty incredible. I know. I mean, listen, I never know what to think about that particular part. Like Scott Foster, for example, like public enemy number one in a lot of circles, you know?
Yeah.
And then year over year, the NBA goes out of its way to tell you, oh, by the way, like scores higher than any other official in the league for the most part. Been to more NBA finals. And so it like that disconnect, if you will, between the eye test at times and then what the metrics internally with the league are telling you are tricky. You get caught up in optics, you get caught up in personality and and then your own fandom. So there's a lot to unpack.
It's a funny conversation, Sam, and I love how we this what happened when Jason isn't here, is that I just don't organize the Chris Paul Scott Foster thing is one of the more fascinating things about this season, because on any list, if you took a poll amongst fans of most disliked, most annoying, floppiest, drama-iest, instigating pests in the NBA, Chris Paul is going to be at or near the top of the list.
Right.
But it also seemed almost nearly unanimous that NBA fans were siding with Chris Paul in the Chris Paul versus Scott Foster conversation. Now, I don't know anything about Chris's son and the personal stuff in the meeting, so I want to be real careful here. But I do know, in watching the replay of that incident, you had Chris Paul just absolutely ethering Scott Foster, calling him the B word and you're a B and this and that and whatever. And I'm thinking, this guy's not, number one, Chris Paul doesn't appear completely innocent. Number two, how are we all siding with Chris Paul when we don't know what's being said? I just found that juxtaposition of fans very fascinating when it came to that debate.
Now, the B word, just to be clear, that's buddy.
Yeah, I kept calling him buddy. Hey, buddy. Yeah, exactly.
You can say that on the radio. Just say
yes,
that.
You can. Yes, you can.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty funny. Like, I've seen this thing up close for a long time. I've probably told you on the show before that one of the stranger, more entertaining parts of covering the bubble back in Orlando was, having the referees become part of your daily life, and Scott Foster himself teaching me how to play pickleball. So I have this different thing with Scott. And then Chris, I've covered forever. Both those guys, if you did a player/referee least liked list, like you already said, they'd be pretty high up there. The stuff with the son, I mean, you hear things, I'm probably not going to get into that. But man, it is still like as raw as it was even a couple of weeks ago in terms of that topic. I went to the Warriors game a couple nights ago, and you had Chris Paul in the corner. I don't even know what sparked it. Like, Dave, Scott didn't even referee that night, and Chris was in the corner telling more stories about Scott and talking about the situation. And I don't even know what was going on, but he was on his phone showing people stuff. Like, when Adam Silver talked about it in Vegas at the in-season tournament, also talked about it during a media round of interviews. I think he did Sirius XM. Like, I think that might have re-sparked it in both camps, to have the commissioner weigh in and not take sides, but, kind of give
They got to do their jobs is what he said, basically.
Yeah, you got to do their jobs. And, I don't know. It's messy. As you know, Scott, for better or worse, is always going to have that thing hanging over his head. And that, Netflix kind of brought this back into the fore, is that affiliation with Tim Donaghy and the I'm forgetting the name of the documentary.
134 calls. It's right at the top of Foster's Wikipedia page. 134 calls between Donaghy and Scott Foster, more than the 126 Donaghy made to his bookie between October and April. But you know something, and look, I think everything's a scam, and I'm the guy that thinks the ref fix everything. I'm a Kings fan, but those could also be like, what if Foster was like his mentor and was like, hey, good call in that game? Like, I wish there was a recording, but you're right, it does hang over him. It will always hang over him.
It does, and Chris knows that, and that's where I think, that doc kind of opened up a wound and gave some vulnerability that Chris has taken advantage of. And it, listen, man, it's I don't ever want to be the type that says, oh, I'm sure the NBA sussed it out and there's nothing there.
Sure.
They obviously investigated it greatly, and they continue to claim that there was nothing to see there. Again, the regular guy part of me, like that's a hell of a call log, so I don't know that we're ever going to have total clarity on that, but point being, to go back to the Chris Paul thing, on a hardwood floor where trash talk is exchanged not only between players, but discourse between players and refs, that is some pretty rich material for somebody like Chris or anybody else to go after. And I think does, make a lot of players look sideways at Scott.
Sam Amick of The Athletic joining us as we head towards the stretch here and wrap up.
What's on your call log? That's what I want to know. Like, what's the,
Fire wings, marriage counselors.
Okay, easy there.
By
the way, neighbor John offered. He said, "I don't need to be in the garage, and I could have gone to his house. Do you? Should we do it?
God, no.
Scared from the fan the room neighbor John interview?
No, please, no, because you're gonna have him like a Muppet in the background, like those two old guys from the balcony, just berating you the whole time and distracting us. I'm
a little surprised he hasn't been banging on the garage door behind me so far.
I'm a little surprised he hasn't shown up in the text yet. 916-339-1140, neighbor John. I got to ask you about your trade column. That happened. You always do these awesome columns like right after we talk. So tomorrow is probably going to be your extended interview with Monty McNair or something. We wait a week, which is fine. You mentioned Zach LaVine. You mentioned OG Anunoby and Pascal Siakam. You and I have both agreed many times this year that it appears that Monty McNair and the team are absolutely looking to make some sort of move. In your opinion, does the emergence of Keegan Murray defensively, and obviously 47 points the other night, does that help or complicate this process for Monty?
I think it helps. Meaning, I think he's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
but I think
without Tyrese not going anywhere.
That's my point. Like, you could, if you want to be cold blooded about it, you could say, "Oh boy, like what could Keegan Murray get you now?" You know,
right?
If you want to get one of these deals over the finish line, I just don't. And this is why trade season's always fun, because we will be surprised, like guaranteed.
Yeah,
there's something I don't know that is happening and percolating right now. But I don't know who that guy is. There are years with certain teams when you're like, oh man, they are head over heels for this particular player, and they're going to do whatever they can to get him. I don't see that person right now. Now I did, admittedly, and I was probably a little too soft with it or nuanced with it, but the LaVine stuff, I was admittedly trying to raise, kind of up the decibel level of that conversation with the Kings just to kind of, see where it goes, if that makes sense. Because when it comes to OG and Pascal, I'm sensing pretty significant reservations relating to the free agency situation.
Yeah.
OG, in particular, you're talking about a guy that, is going to give you 13 and 7, and you're going to maybe have to pay $40 million a year.
That's right.
And Pascal, more dynamic offensive player, not as strong defensively, although strong. So anyway, those two guys seem to be a little lukewarm, and there's other names that that have been thrown about, Lauri Markkanen in Utah. But with Zach, it is a combination of contract control. You do the deal, and it's like with Sabonis, like now you got the guy for an extended period. And then on top of that, and I've been a little surprised to learn this, I feel like the organization's focus, even with the aspirations of being better defensively, are still on the offensive side of the ball and shooting and, being explosive. I mean, Zach LaVine, just as a reminder, the other night when Keegan goes off for 47, has 12 threes, guess who else is on that list of players who have hit that many threes in a game? It's
Sure.
Zach LaVine. That guy can shoot the lights out. He's just not strong defensively, somewhat questionable. And this matters for the Kings within a system offensively, because a lot of times he's an ISO player.
He's a ball dominant player.
Yeah, and the Bulls are 7-3 with him on the shelf, which is not a great look. But there's also only so many talented guys available, and calculated risk is part of this thing. So I don't know that we've unpacked the LaVine stuff that much in the past. Like where do you land on whether or not he would help them?
Where I land on Zach is where I land with a number of these folks. I think you've got Fox and Sabonis maxed. You're gonna either super max or update Fox's max here pretty soon. Keegan's under control for another 3-4 years, so there's that. You're going to have to pay Monk this summer, and I do believe they're going to pay Monk. He wants to be here. He's been open about that, but I think his salary is probably going to double. You're looking at a 480, 400, something like that, and they're going to start having maneuverability issues. So I believe their next they have one big upgrade left. They have one big move they can make. You add Zach LaVine, who's ball dominant. He's going to score, but you're talking about the best offense in the history of the game last year. And in my opinion, the only reason they're not still this year is because the coaching staff has put a ton of emphasis on defense. I think if they wanted to score like they did last year, I think they would be scoring like they did last year, and they'd have the same issues. I think Mike Brown knows for them to make noise in the playoffs, they're going to learn they need to learn how to play half-court defense. They need to learn how to slow down. And they need to learn to commit more on that side. And I think it's like body blows in boxing. It's taking a toll in the later rounds, or will take a toll. Long story short, for me, Zach LaVine's bringing sand to the beach. Lauri Markkanen, to a lesser extent, is bringing sand to the beach. It's got to be, and again, I'm just forget contract and I'm just throwing the type out there. It's got to be the more offensive Matisse Thybulle, the healthy Ben Simmons, the OG Anunoby who would sign. It's got to. The Kings, in my opinion, have to find their Aaron Gordon. They have to find their Aaron Gordon. I don't think Zach LaVine makes them a championship contender. I think he makes them slightly better, and I think that's your team for this run. That's your team for the next 4 or 5 years, and you're only going to be able to upgrade on the periphery. So a trade like that scares me to death.
Yeah, and I mean, to add on to that, contractually, some of the numbers that you mentioned on Monk, part of me thinks you might end up losing Monk in that deal. Because I don't know that you can have that pricey of a six-man while having Fox, and Sabonis's contracts the way they are with Keegan coming up. So,
Vivek could have to go. And look, I don't want to. This is not Vivek bashing. I've never heard a story of him balking at money, but the Kings are generally 16th to 22nd in salary. You're talking about him going into those pockets quite a bit, and between Fox and Sabonis right now are at like $65 million. Next year, Fox and Sabonis will be at $75 million. If you bring in Zach LaVine, You're adding $43 million. Now all of a sudden you're at $120 basically $1 million between three players, and you've got to re-sign Monk, and you've got to fill out a roster. They'd be in cap hell.
Right. Yeah.
So we're agreed, right? No, Zach Levine.
I think we're agreed. I mean, I think they, again, I would, if the Kings front office would like to text me their entire list of targets, that would be fine.
I agree.
And then we can talk about them and tell them who they should take.
How about they send you? They're not going to want to put the whole list out. So send if you're listening, Monty. First off, nice vest. Secondly, root
That's
beer
a safe bet right there.
That is a very safe bet, dude. Secondly, he came out yesterday and said his favorite non-Pepsi Coke soda is Dr. Pepper as opposed to, say, root beer or something else. Agree or disagree with that, Sam?
Totally agree. Huge Dr. Pepper guy.
There's nothing wrong with that. How do you feel about where are you coming down on Mr. Pibb?
I like it. Yeah, I was always okay with that. I'm not exclusive to Dr. Pepper.
Well, that aside, if Monty, if you want to send me half of the prospects, send Sam the better half. He's the national guy, and then Sam, you and I can compare.
I like it.
Sam Amick writes for The Athletic each and every week. He also lives here locally and will always have the best coverage from a national point of view, and in some cases local on your Sacramento Kings. There are deals galore right now, as we talked to you about with Matt Barrows on Monday for The Athletic, as low as $1 a month. You can pay full price like me with my 2 subscriptions, or you can be smart and get it for $12 a year. So, Sam, we're on next week. I'll talk to you off air about what you want to do. But if I don't talk to you before, and I'm sure I will, from the audience to you and Emily and Landon and Ryder and the whole crew and your family taking over your studio and drunk neighbor John, we love you. Merry Christmas and happy holidays, my friend.
Same to you, buddy. Always enjoy it. We've been doing this a lot of years now. I appreciate you, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas to the family, and maybe next time when I see you, there's not going to be a sheet of metal behind me.
That's a great point right there. Yeah, we go a long way back. Cushy poker player build and everything. So appreciate you.
You look good. No dad bod anymore, man. You're fit.
You haven't seen my belly. That's why I'm wearing puffy black sweatshirts. See you next week, dude. Take care. All right, that's Sam Amick. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's get to it and reset. Are the Kings pretenders? We also got who's hot, who's not. Niners at 9. Right now, though, look, if you were listening last night, if you stayed the course, nobody has deserved the $100 Jiffy Lube gift certificate more than you. And you can call right now at 1-800-920-1140. I'll even give you a hint. It happened in the third quarter. If you were listening still in the third quarter, which I hope you were, call in right now. What was the Jiffy Lube drive of the game? Gary Gerald identified it. You just repeat it, and you've got yourself a $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube. We've got a separate Jiffy Lube gift certificate, along with, we'll pair it up with a Vieira Farms $100 gift certificate to get a perfect Christmas tree and also get your car winterized. We're going to give that away later in our Christmas Carol contest, and then a pair of lift tickets to Sierra at Tahoe. That's all coming up in the next hour and a half. A big, fat, hairy, packed show for you right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
It's all on his shoulders. Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Carmichael Dave here for Jiffy Lube, your proud sponsor of the Drive of the Game. Now listen to every Kings game for Gary Gerald's Drive of the Game call. Then listen to Jason and myself the next morning for a chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area. Get your vehicle ready for the holiday driving season at Jiffy Lube today. Oil changes, wiper blades, tire rotations, and more. For more information, go to jiffylube.com.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division title, GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year. all-stars and all NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox, a breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam Team, Sacktown Sports at sacktownsports.com.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Drapes, Kyle Draper. Now, if you've been on the fence about buying your first electric luxury car, then go see my good friends at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. It's love at first drive. Heck, for me, it was love at first sight. My new Mercedes-Benz EQ is out there in the parking lot right now. So you can go see my friends at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Drive one of these? I dare you. It's a Drapes challenge. Just 45 minutes from Sacramento, right off of I-5 or online at mbofstockton.com.
Sacramento's premier music festival, Country in the Park, is back. 2 big ol' nights, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Walker Hayes, and more. 2-day GA tickets are on sale now starting at $85 or upgrade your experience with VIP or pit passes. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Bonnie Plumbing, Electric Heating and Air.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Get 10% off select concrete mix when you buy 1 pallet or more. And there's more. Get 15% off select primed finger joint boards when you buy 10 or more. Visit us in-store or online for low prices on the materials you need. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
O'Reilly. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Holiday Gift Guide is here. If you're struggling with gift ideas, we have several options for gifts under $20, like a digital tire gauge, screwdriver sets, LED work lights, and more. Our professional parts people will help you pick out the perfect gift for that hard-to-buy-for person. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts or shop O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Right now, the sewer system is probably the last thing on your mind. And that's okay, because at the Sacramento Area Sewer District, it's our first priority. If you have a sewer problem like a slow drain or a backup, call us first, day or night.
Christmas is in the air at Hanley's Kia. The season of giving back is bringing you an unbeatable deal on all 2024 Kia models. Drive home in style without breaking the bank. Introducing Hanley's Kia incredible leasing option for just $199 a month. Picture yourself behind the wheel of a brand new 2024 Kia, loaded with the latest features and cutting-edge technology. Whether it's the sleek Niro Hybrid with 54 mpg, an EV6 with up to 310 miles, the versatile Sportage, or the family-friendly Telluride. At Hanley's Kia, you can also reserve your luxurious full-size EV9 with 3 rows that has the comfort of a stylish interior and the peace of mind that comes with driving a brand you can trust. Head over to Hanley's Kia, the season of giving back today, located in Davis.
New 2024 Kia Niro Hybrid EX for $199 per month for 36 months after $7,999 customer cash due at signing plus $300 military customer rebate. 10,000 miles per year and 20 cents per mile after 30,000 miles based on sale price $30,545 and payment excludes taxes and DMV fees and any dealer fees. Vehicle ID number R5136138.
Discover your dream home at Subcontractors United, your source for all home improvement needs. A talented team of home services experts is ready to make your projects a breeze. No more endless internet searches. Find your contractors in one place. Enjoy stress-free service absolutely free, with no hidden costs and no account to set up. Transform your living space into something extraordinary. Visit Subcontractors United today and experience the joy of hassle-free home improvement. Dream big at subcontractorsunited.com.
At Jim Boy's Tacos, you get a lot of flavor for under $10. Our classic #2 combo meal spreads cheer with a parm-dusted ground beef taco, scratch-made bean and cheese burrito, and a soft drink. So jingle on down to Jim Boy's or order online at participating locations.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix. Live and local. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
This reminds me, we've been filming a documentary on my guy Kevin Nagel's purchase of the Huddersfield Town soccer team. We're on episode 7, and when the producers told me that episode 7's going to, because most of this is still covering last summer, episode 7's going to bring us to date as we kind of land season 1. And the beginning's going to be a montage. And I got so excited because the first thing I said is, can I please pick the montage music? And that rejoiner is 100% montagey. And then I was told that if you pick any known montage music, it costs a ton of money and they're going to have to, no montage, it's just going to be random montage music. So whatever. Thought it would be my one chance to create a montage song, but no, not going to happen. Congratulations, Tina in West Sacramento. You won the $100 gift certificate to our good friends at Jiffy Lube to winterize your car for the Jiffy Lube drive of the game. Here's what it sounded like.
Malik Monk turns, fall away, missed badly. Grabbed by Keon Ellis, sets up an alley-oop, going to the rack. Malik Monk for the throwdown. And there, finally, is your Jiffy Lube drive of the game. Only the second time tonight the Kings have been able to score in fast break mode. A perfect setup for the delivery by Malik Monk.
Congratulations, Tina. Congratulations to Jiffy Lube for being so awesome. Go get your car winterized today. Perfect treat for the holiday season. 1-800-920-1140. JR, good morning, JR.
I'm sure your montage would have been magical, Dave.
It would have been. I would have had like some Karate Kid style. I probably would have pulled the song from Bloodsport when Jean-Claude Van Damme knew he knew Ogre for 5 minutes, and then Ogre got injured, and then the whole montage was about their friendship and all. They even threw in a scene about him playing pinball that wasn't in the regular movie. That was the dumbest.
Who was the big Asian guy that he fought there at the end?
That's Chong Li. That's I know his name. God dang it! Tell me why you're calling, and then I'm gonna look it up. Bolo Young, I believe it was his name. Yeah, Chong Li.
Well, I was gonna ask you what I'm gonna send you off a thing. Your favorite part in Scrooge. I love. My leg hurts. My back hurts. I'm only 4 years old. Tired of those excuses. Living in the garage, the show's killing it. But you hit something. Seriously, you hit something. I think they got outcoached last night in the second half. I really do. I think our boy, he should have had. They should have found a way. I mean, Fox has all those points in the first half, and he only ends up with 3. So.
Yeah,
something there.
And I want to be careful because, look.
Yeah, I know.
No, just in the sense that the coaches aren't why the team lost. The refs aren't why the team lost. It's on the players. No. But I do think it's worth when we're criticizing the team. Nobody's off limits, and there have been, JaVale McGee. Look, a lot of people complained about JaVale McGee coming in so late, and he was great when he came in, but people are forgetting JaVale McGee's been a disaster over the previous 3 games. Pulling Trey Young after he nails Trey Lyles after nailing a couple.
Trey Young?
Yeah, hey.
Oh, my God. Yeah. I didn't know we made that trade.
Now we have all the offense in the world.
Wow.
It just sucks, JR. I hate stupid losses, and I hate stupid losses like that.
It was painful, and I will say when McGee went in and got a couple 3 throws and he totally clanked him. I'm like, you're killing me, kid. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. But you're doing a great job. Do you think Chris Fillotta is really Chris Kringle? I'm thinking it might be hidden there.
Oh, the Christmas spirit is strong with Chris Fillotta. You may be onto something.
Strong in him. It's strong in that one. Hey, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank you, buddy. Thanks so much for being a loyal listener, and to all of you, absolutely happy holidays. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, who's hot and who's not? We got more for you, too. Didn't even get to the Kings here in the segment because we ran a little bit late with Sam. In the meantime, I want to remind you there's nothing better to go with the holiday season than a nice chicken wing. Nothing says holidays like chicken wings. Well, maybe that's not a thing, but we should didn't I read something? Is it I know it's a different brand, but I don't think Fire Wings is in Japan, so I don't think they'll get mad. Did I read something once that Japan is absolutely crazy over KFC during Christmas? I honestly think, I read something that was 90% of KFC sales in Japan happen over the Christmas holiday. So my point is this: why am I talking about KFC when I'm talking about Fire Wings? Well, let's compare the wings. There is no comparison. Fire Wings is the king and queen of all wings anywhere. So if they're onto it in Japan during the holiday season, why not get onto it here? Bring that tradition over. I mean, my goodness gracious. 21 different flavors to choose from. All so wonderful. Soaked in buttermilk all night long, so they're nice and tender and juicy. Just like me. So go to firewings.com, locally owned and operated. Find the location nearest you. You tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you. Firewings! Just wing it. Who's hot, who's not, more coming up next.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10, 5, touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
This holiday season, visit Boot Barn for top quality gifts that pay tribute to the lasting heritage of the West. From handcrafted cowboy boots and American-made felt hats to hand-stitched leather jackets, our in-store experts will help guide you as you shop, assisting with boot fitting and providing complimentary hat shaping. This holiday, share a piece of the American spirit. Boot Barn. Unwrap the West.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Red Hawk Resort Casino is an entertainment experience like no other. We're the only place where you can play blackjack, then hop on an indoor car track. We're the only place with more than 2,000 of the hottest slots and a state-of-the-art 18-lane bowling center. And now with a world-class sports bar and a resort hotel to stay after you play. Is it any wonder we've been voted best over 100 times? We're Red Hawk Resort Casino, official casino partner of the Sacramento Kings.
As we come together to celebrate the end of this long, long year, Stockton Honda has savings to bring us all cheer. Happy Honda Day savings and selection galore. Stockton Honda's online express purchase and great people give you more.
Save on 400 new Hondas at Stockton Honda during Happy Honda Days. Shop in person or online with our express purchase option.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Sacramento's premier music festival, Country in the Park, is back. 2 big ol' nights, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Walker Hayes, and more. 2-day GA tickets are on sale now, starting at $85, or upgrade your experience with VIP or pit passes. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Bonnie Plumbing, Electric Heating and Air.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company and second opinion partner.
Who is hot?
The Boston Celtics.
Oh, God. Really?
Scored 144 against the Kings last night.
Well,
they shot 55.4% from the field. They were also 22 of 42 from the three-point line. That's 52.4%. Also, 5 players scoring 20 points or more. That's the first time that one of their teams has done that in franchise history since 1987. Pretty good Celtics teams back then.
Yeah, they're pretty decent Celtics teams back in 19. Wow. So they've had championships since then. And that's the first time that's happened since then.
Yes.
The Sacramento Kings, the Robitussin of the National Basketball Association. That just completely doesn't piss me off at all. Who is
well, this might make you feel better.
Yeah.
Who's not?
Yeah, who's not?
Finalists in the in-season tournament.
Uh-huh.
The Pacers and the Lakers have a combined 2 of 8 record since that in-season tournament finals. The two teams that they beat, the Pacers beat the Pistons, and the Lakers beat the Spurs.
Okay, so I'd like to thank you for not putting the Kings in Who's Not, because I completely thought that was coming. Here's something for you, Chris. The NFL Pro Bowl continues to try to be revived. There are now different games, little Pro Bowl games, and they have now added tug of war. You're now going to see tug of war as part of the Pro Bowl extravaganza in Orlando, Florida. It's not even in Hawaii anymore. It'll happen over 2 days. Teams of 5 players from the AFC and NFC will be positioned over a foam pit in the best-of-3 competition. Like all the skills challenges, the winning team will win points towards the overall Pro Bowl Games championship that's tabulated at the end. The 10 skills competitions will include many events that will look familiar, including precision passing, dodgeball, kick-tack-toe kicking, which I actually kind of love that, and the gridiron gauntlet replay. The NFL is employing A. Smith & Company Productions for the skills competitions. This is the company that has produced shows like American Ninja Warrior and the Titan Games. Tackle football has been eliminated. And I'd like to take this moment, apropos of nothing, to talk about a guy named Robert Edwards. Do you remember Robert Edwards?
No.
Never ring a bell? Robert Edwards was a rookie with the New England Patriots. And during his rookie year in 1998, he rushed for 1,115 yards and 9 touchdowns. He also received 331 yards through the air for 3 touchdowns. That's 1,115 yards on the ground. That's 12 total touchdowns for your rookie year. Needless to say, it was really good. His next season, he rushed for 107 yards and 1 touchdown in 2002, 4 years later. Why, you ask? Well, some of you already know where I'm going here. He was playing a flag football game for NFL rookies in Hawaii during Pro Bowl week, and he blew out his knee. He barely escaped having his leg amputated below the knee and was told that he might not walk again. He obviously made his way back enough to rush for 107 more yards in the NFL. I would just like to remind the Pro Bowl committee, yes, fluke injuries can happen here, there, and wherever, but we literally have documentation of somebody's career completely being ended over a flag football game. I don't know. Just maybe look at it.
Did you happen to see the video of the Chargers kicker that I sent you asking for votes?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't catch that. I actually, you know why? Because I was at my son's game and I couldn't hear it, and I appreciate you reminding me. That was Dicker the kicker, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Cameron Dicker the kicker.
And it might be one of the best things that the Chargers have ever put out there.
Is it? And
I'm including when they went to the Super Bowl.
Well, I guess it's a minute long. Here's my question. Is it, well, obviously it's airable if it's the Chargers. Would you say it's perhaps show worthy?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the setup here is that the Chargers are pitching Cameron Dicker, their kicker, for the Pro Bowl. And let's bring this up here.
It's set up like a lawyer commercial, like the we can help you, like that type of thing.
And this is starring Cameron Dicker?
Correct.
Okay, here we go.
Have you ever been victimized by a missed field goal? No good! Wide to the right! No good! Ah! My name is Cameron Dicker, and I'll kick for you. 50, 40, 30, doesn't matter. I'll make. Bang! 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 Rain, sleet, or snow, this leg is ready to go. Don't believe me? Ask him.
Cameron Dicker is a really good kicker. He's outstanding, and I love him.
And I did not edit that. So don't be a and let me kick for you at the Pro Bowl. Ah! So go to Chargers.com/vote to send me and my leg to kick for you. Vote for me! Vote for me! Go Pro Bowl 2023, baby. Let's go.
That is wonderful. I'm going to go ahead and retweet that right now. That's well done.
Incredible.
And not just the, obviously all credit goes to their social team, but pretty good job by old Dick and the Kicker. He's embracing it. I got to tell you, I think he's trying to go to the Pro Bowl ahead of Justin Tucker. I think Tucker's probably been to 700 consecutive Pro Bowls. I'll tell you, he's probably getting it. He's got to get it on the NFC side. Is that dude for Dallas, man? That's been a story that's kind of been I wouldn't say below the radar because we're talking about it, but you go and grab a dude off the couch that played soccer, and he just doesn't miss kicks. Yeah, Justin Tucker has made every Pro Bowl since 2019. He is a 6-time Pro Bowler. Interesting. What else do I want to do here? I got a couple other things for you. I had a couple other things here. So we talked about Robert Edwards. We're going to do Niners at 9 next. So I'll keep my Niners stuff. Keep my Niners stuff to myself because we're going to talk about this weekend, or should I say Monday, and we're going to talk a little bit about Brock Purdy as well. I didn't know where to put this. One other note. I just thought this was amazing. I'm not a hockey guy. But when I saw across the wire, if people still say that there was a game yesterday in Prague where Kladno came back from a 3-0 deficit at league leader Pardubice to tie the score, but then ended up conceding a shorthanded goal 4-3. It was a story about a guy, one of their players, who had an assist to help him come back. He was on the ice for almost 14 minutes, didn't talk to reporters after the game, but the coach called him excellent. Jaromir Jagr, who is 51 years old, is still playing in his 36th professional season. You're talking about a guy who is the NHL's second all-time leader in points. And he's still playing at 51. And I always like to look at things that could be Disney movies. Like, how is that not something we're going to see at some point? Jaromir Jagr has, I'm sure, I don't know. Oh, here we go. I've got a salary history right here. Jaromir Jagr has made over $140 million in his career. And they even estimated, this is how old he is, in today's dollars, it would equal $225 million. And here he is in Prague, playing in the Prague League or whatever, at 51. For the love of the game. You go, Jaromir Jagr. I don't know anything about you other than you have a cool name and you played hockey. But God bless you. Play till you're 60. We'll take a break when we come back. Niners at 9. Why this Christian McCaffrey for MVP stuff just needs to stop, and no offense to him, and why Brock Purdy is, in fact, the MVP. The Ravens feel disrespected. We'll tell you why they think they're being disrespected and more. We'll come back. Niners at 9 next.
Can the Niners build off their NFC Championship appearance from last season? How will the quarterbacks perform throughout the year?
Purdy back, now going to throw for the end zone, wide open, Brandon Ayuk is on fire!
Will the defense lead this squad again?
Intercepted! Ball got tipped up and taken by Fred Warner!
Get all your 49er coverage throughout the NFL season on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
The year might be coming to a close, but Indeed's end-to-end solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all year round. Schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from your Indeed dashboard. Learn more by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do you have a game plan for COVID-19? Prescription oral treatments must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms, even if mild. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Visit treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Does your dog leave frowny piles of poo around the yard? Did you know that a solid poo is one of the best indicators of your dog's gut health? Supreme Source Super Premium Dog Food is made with organic super seaweed and other powerful antioxidants, supporting a healthy digestive system. Real protein is always the first ingredient, plus a blend of essential vitamins and minerals to help support your dog's overall health and well-being. Do their digestion a solid, literally. Find Supreme Source Premium Dog Food at Safeway, Save Mart, and Smart & Final, or a local grocery store near you.
Discover your dream home at Subcontractors United, your source for all home improvement needs. A talented team of home services experts is ready to make your projects a breeze. No more endless internet searches. Find your contractors in one place. Enjoy stress-free service absolutely free, with no hidden costs and no account to set up. Transform your living space into something extraordinary. Visit Subcontractors United today and experience the joy of hassle-free home improvement. Dream big at subcontractorsunited.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopy.
Guys, want to lose weight, improve your performance, and increase your drive? Revive Men's Health Sacramento can help you address the root causes of weight gain, low energy, poor drive, and performance issues. And since your testosterone level has a direct impact on your weight and fitness, we'll give you a free T-check and free exam at Revive Sacramento. Imagine upping your game, losing weight, and getting in shape all at once. Revive can help you make it happen with our new cutting-edge weight loss medications, like your favorite athletes and celebrities use. They're affordable and available now. Weight gain and low T are treatable conditions. We know we can help you. Take that first step and book today. You're only one step away from getting in the best shape of your life. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Sacramento's premier music festival, Country in the Park, is back. 2 big old nights, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Walker Hayes, and more. 2-day GA tickets are on sale now, starting at $85, or upgrade your experience with VIP or pit passes. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Bonnie Plumbing, Electric Heating and Air.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your home for the Oakland A's every weekend.
And is swung on line to left center, base hit, and the A's have won it on a walk-off line drive, base hit to left center.
Sacktown Sports. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Yep. What's going on with the cameras here? That is not a good look for me. Scary to everybody else. Way close up. There we go. Love it. And at the end of this segment, we are going to give away a pair of lift tickets to Sierra at Tahoe. So stay tuned at some point this segment, we will do that. It is Niners at 9. I'm looking at a box score here in which the Niners lost 31-7. 31-7 to the Philadelphia Eagles. The Niners had 1 touchdown in the second quarter. They had 83 yards passing, 81 rushing. They had 11 first downs to the Eagles' 25. They ran 25 less plays, 45-70. They lost 3 fumbles and were outpossessed 37 minutes to 20, 37 and a half to 22 and a half. Well, why do I bring that up? Because every time I hear some dingleberry hoffer in national media bring up the whole Christian McCaffrey's your real MVP, Brock Purdy's not the most important player on the team. We played this example yesterday.
I think Brock Purdy is playing at an unbelievable level.
Yes, he
and I don't
is.
care where he's drafted at. It doesn't matter to me. He's a great player, and he's doing an excellent job. And I think he's actually elevating this offense. That's obvious.
He's balling.
Like, what Shanahan has done with a lot of players is facts, including Jimmy G.
Yes.
And what the team has done without Brock Purdy is facts because it happened. So we can't argue about stuff that's already happened. And that was this team and this system and Kyle Shanahan and a bunch of great players. Multiple things can be true. Brock Purdy can be playing at an unbelievably high level and is running this offense better than it's ever been run. And he can be the 4th best player on his side of the ball.
Okay. Let me go back to that game real quick. Christian McCaffrey had a pretty good game. 15 rushes, 84 yards, and a touchdown. Deebo Samuel, 3 catches for 33 yards. Kittle, 3 catches for 32 yards. Brandon Ayuk had 1 catch. But hold on a second. Because what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing Christian McCaffrey played a full game. I'm seeing Deebo Samuel played a full game. George Kittle played a full game. And Brandon Ayuk played a full game. Brandon Ayuk, who is once again, 1,000-yard receiver this year. And Brandon Ayuk, who was a 1,000-yard receiver last year. But hold on, he had 1 catch for 10 yards. Now, wait a minute. Trent Williams also played that game. So hold on. Trent Williams was on the field. George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, and Brandon Ayuk were all on the field and playing. They were not injured unless they were hiding it. And the San Francisco 49ers had beaten Miami, Tampa Bay, Seattle, Washington, Las Vegas, Arizona. And then the Dallas Cowboys and Seattle Seahawks in the playoffs, all with Brock Purdy. In fact, they beat Seattle 41-23 in the first round. Brock Purdy had 332 yards. And then they played Philadelphia. And they lost 31-7. And I'm trying to figure out what was different in that game. Because Trent Williams played, Deebo played, McCaffrey played, Ayuk played. Did I hit my microphone? Oh, it was Josh Johnson. Or more to the point, it was not Brock Purdy. When Brock Purdy played for the team that lost 31-7, you know what Brock Purdy did? He was 4 of 4. He had a 90.6 rating, which, by the way, 18 points ahead of Jalen Hurts at 72 in that game. Seems like he was doing something. 4 of 4, he got hurt. And the Niners got boat raced. So when you're in the media and you're saying that Brock Purdy is not the most important player on the team, you're not doing your job. You're being disingenuous, and you're better than that. Don't be afraid of the story, Mr. Irrelevant. has played just over one full season. He had one loss last year, and it was when he got hurt. He has 3 losses this year. By the way, had a concussion in the middle, but no excuses. Let's go back to that schedule. Mr. Irrelevant comes in, and Mr. Irrelevant takes over during the Miami game starting. They're 7-4. They finished 13-4. They didn't lose another game. That's 6-0, 7-0 against Seattle when you count that in the playoffs, 8-0 against Dallas in the playoffs. So Purdy's 8-1. Purdy goes 8-1 in year one as Mr. Irrelevant. This year, he's 11-3. That's 19-4 for Mr. Irrelevant. He's humble. He's a good guy. Seems like it. I don't know. Maybe he's a bad guy. I don't know. He seems like a good guy. Wears his hat backwards like a pro. He's 19-3. Or whatever I said he was. And in the one game that he gets hurt, the 49ers get pantsed. And you're going to turn around the following year after he doubles it up. He builds on his rookie year where he was not groomed as the starter. He was not playing with the first team. And he follows it up by being second in completion percentage, second in yards, first in touchdowns, 7 interceptions, which is nothing. The guys ahead and behind him are 10, 13 for Patrick Mahomes, 14 for Allen. He is leading in QBR by 4 points. He is leading in rating by 15 points. And his team is a league-leading 11-3. They have won 6 in a row. They demolished the Eagles on the road. They demolished the Cowboys at home. They punked the Jaguars on the road, coming off a 3-game losing streak. And you can sit there in the media with a straight face, knowing that you have evidence of how this team does in a... Oh, by the way, Kyle Shanahan was still the coach. When Brock Purdy got hurt, Trent Williams and Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk, they didn't all go to the bench, and Kyle Shanahan didn't change the system in that Eagles game. Those were all the same. Why didn't Josh Johnson come in and be a system quarterback with weapons? 31-7. And Brock Purdy didn't miss a pass in the same game. And he follows it up with 10-3 and leading the league or being top 2 in pretty much every relevant category. He's a system quarterback. Oh, he's not even the most important guy on the team. That's Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey is awesome. He's having an amazing year. I understand the MVP conversation for him. I'm not going to hate on Christian McCaffrey at the expense or love Brock Purdy at the expense of Christian McCaffrey. I love Christian McCaffrey. If Christian McCaffrey was a religion, well, okay, I'd subscribe. That's funny. Love him. Love him. I'm not going to disrespect anyone on that team, but they're a team. And Brock Purdy is the most important player playing the most important position in sports. The quarterback position is the most important position in sports. He is him. Any conversation involving Brock Purdy that does not end in, and he is certainly the MVP as of right now with 3 games left in the season, is a conversation with somebody that is either being disingenuous and knows better, is being a take merchant, is clickbaiting, or is it football casual? There's no debate. There's no genuine debate. You can manufacture a debate. It's not good for radio or TV if you just go up and you go, hey, is this the thing? Yes, it is. Okay, next topic. Is Brock Purdy the MVP this year? Yes, he is. Okay, next topic. That's not fun. No, it has to be, is Brock Purdy the MVP? No, he's not. He's a system quarterback. He hands the ball off and everyone else does the thing. He's a distributor. He's not a game changer. Really? 31-7. 31-7. Only thing I regret that would make my argument even better is if for some reason Brock Purdy had an opportunity to rematch with those Eagles, this time being healthy, maybe even in Philadelphia. Oh, wait, that happened. How'd that go? Oh, 42-19. Oh, but the Eagles aren't the same this year. You're right. They were better. They had one loss. Brock Purdy beat their asses so bad they haven't won since. They were 10-1. Brock Purdy demoralized them. It's not the Pips and Gladys Knight. But Gladys Knight wouldn't be Gladys Knight without the Pips. It's not the News featuring Huey Lewis. But Huey Lewis a cappella doesn't work. It's not Mr. It's Mr. Mister. All right, that one didn't work. You get my point. Stop with the Brock Purdy isn't the MVP crap. And anybody saying otherwise, you're a take merchant, or you're being disingenuous, or you haven't done your research, or you're being a contrarian. That's fine. That's your gig. Everyone's got to make a living. When we come back, we're going to give away a Christmas tree. We're going to give away a Christmas tree. We're going to give away a $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube. We're going to do both at the same time for the same person. If you can finish the lyrics to this incredibly obscure holiday song that Simone picked. We've gone from Silent Night to Santa Baby to whatever the hell we had yesterday that was super obvious to this one that I assure you I will bet money is going to take multiple tries, if at all, to get. Coming up tomorrow in tomorrow's contest, Christmas fun. Have you heard of it? Me neither, but we'll try. Don't go away. Sacktown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
It's easy to think all money managers are pretty much the same, but at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different? How? You sell high commission investment products, right?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission-based investment products.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Nope, never at Fisher. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our client's best interest. It's the highest standard of care for a financial advisor.
How do you know what's in their best interest?
We get to know our clients and then tailor a portfolio based on their goals and needs.
But you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we have one transparent management fee, structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, you really do look out for your clients.
That's because our top priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. It might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss.
Bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sacktown Sports.
probably no secret that I'm not fond of many people. Just people in general sometimes bug. I have a quite a bit of affection for Simone. For some reason, I consider like a station version of a little sister. But sometimes I do wonder if she bumped her head.
I did not bump my head.
I say that out of concern. That maybe you
concussion protocol.
Maybe you fell. Maybe you slipped and fell and hit your head. I don't know.
Safety came out the back and just leveled me.
I mean, you're an incredibly intelligent young lady. I can say that with all love and respect.
But
I would just say, it's kind of equivalent to Giannis some in the early years, where just you can see the amazing talent.
Sure.
But occasionally the pass goes in the fourth row. Let's do this contest so people can understand where I'm coming from.
Please.
So Simone puts together the playlist with absolutely no input from me whatsoever. It was cleared up during the break.
Incorrect.
Well, a little bit of input, but we'll explain that one later. 1-800-920. I'm not going to Eliud again. Here's Eliud. Eliud won yesterday, didn't he?
No.
Did he?
Well, he struggled. You hung up on him.
Oh, did I?
He did hang up on him.
Eliud, I thought you won yesterday. You didn't?
No, Dave. I lost again.
All right.
Tried really hard.
Okay, I believe you, and I appreciate you. I'm going to put you on hold because I got Mike. I'm going to give Mike first crack. All right, because I think we're going to need multiples. Here's how it works. We're going to play a Christmas song. We're going to stop that Christmas song at some point. You're going to have to finish the lyrics. Now, so far this week, we've had Santa Baby. We had Silver Bells. No, excuse me. We had Silent Night, Santa Baby, and then what was it? Christmas Rock.
Rocking around?
Rocking around the
Christmas tree.
Rocking around yeah, that one. All incredibly well known. I'm not going to say this isn't well known. I'm just going to say that one of these kids is doing their own thing when it comes to this. So we'll see as we welcome in Mike. Mike, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm just warning you, and maybe I'm wrong. I hope I am. This might be a little bit of a challenge. I asked Simone to put together a very well-known Christmas playlist, and she did well so far.
We collaborated.
We 100% didn't, but we'll get to that in a second. Are you ready to participate for your chance to get a $100 gift certificate to Vieira Farms for a brand new Christmas tree and a $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube to winterize your car? Are you ready, Mike?
I am ready. Let's do this.
And you understand how it works. We'll play the song. We'll stop it, and then you sing the next line. Okay?
All right. Let's go.
All right. Christopher Love.
Charlie, make it far behind.
This is iconic. I put a lot of work into this promotion, and it's pretty iconic.
Did he say Charlie isn't too far behind?
Yeah, Charlie.
Is that what he said?
There was a Charlie in there.
There was a Charlie in there?
You know
that
Charlie.
He said.
I know Charlie, but when he says Charlie ain't too far behind, I'm thinking something completely different. I'm thinking war movies. What? There's no Charlie in here. Is there? I'm looking at the lyrics right now. Well, I have all the faith in the world in Eliud getting this one. Let's throw him on. Good morning, Eliud.
Good morning, Dave.
We're going to keep it going. He's going to stop, and we'll see if you can find it. Chris, please do roll tape as soon as you can find it.
Santa has to make it into town.
Santa has to make it into town.
Or in town.
Let me ask you a question. And this is the prize will be determined on your answer. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I also want to let me ask you something. Do you believe in karma?
Yeah, I believe I do.
You believe that, like, you might get away with something, but it's going to come back and haunt you in
Get
the
away
end.
with something,
I'm
or
just-
he's successful and giving, and
Yep,
that fortune will come back to him.
Simply want to ask one question, and then I'm going to award the prize.
Go ahead.
Did you use Ask Jeeves or Google or Bing for those lyrics?
Neither, but I did look it up.
He's honest.
You know what? You say it's cheating. I say it's resourcefulness. Eliud, you've been trying all week long. Congratulations, mainly because I don't want this to go till 10 a.m. Congratulations. You get yourself the Vieira Farms $100 gift certificate, the Jiffy Lube $100 gift certificate.
Well
Thanks
done.
to both of them. Congratulations for being able to look up the lyrics to an incredibly, compared to the other ones, obscure Christmas song. Thank you so much. Hey, real quick, what sports talk radio station makes all your obscure Christmas song dreams come true?
KSFM 1140.
Thank you. That is exactly right. Cut that promo.
That's exceptional. KSFM.
KSFM.
Sporty 40.
Not even in the family anymore. You could have said FM 1140. That would have worked too. So, just to end the story, here's the compilation, this is how Simone and I combined on this playlist. I made one suggestion last week, and it was basically, let's go with easy songs, please. I don't want this to take up, an hour of 7 wrong answers.
None of this was included in our text exchange.
I said, how about, like, for example, Rudolph? And Simone took that as Run, Run, Rudolph by Chuck Berry, when in fact,
great song.
It's a wonderful song. The great Chuck Berry and his cousin Marvin. I'm not going to rip either of them. They're classics. But I was referring to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Had a very shiny nose.
I interpreted it
Frost-
differently.
I was thinking, Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Deck the Halls.
You know what?
Silver Bells.
I'm here to challenge Sacramento. Much like the Sacramento Kings, I'm here to challenge you to make you better.
And much like the Sacramento Kings, you extended an incredibly excruciating event. And well, either way, I'm just glad Eliud won.
Me too.
What's next tomorrow? Santa got a brand new bag. You got a whole.
It's a new age song.
New
for
age
sure.
song? Yeah.
More modern interpretation, and we definitely want to be inclusive here.
I want the
at
classics.
KSFM,
Yeah.
Sacktown Sports,
We are
1140.
We are inclusive here at KSFM Sacktown Sports. Your home of the Kings and hip hop. We'll take a break. It's all fun and games till Nate Littlefield gets here tomorrow. When we come back, what to watch tonight. We'll wrap up the program, and we'll see if I still have a job. It's Christopher Ladd, Carmichael, Dave, and Simone in the background. KSFM, Sacktown Sports.
The 49ers have secured their playoff berth, and now they chase the NFC's top seed.
Purdy out of the shotgun, looks left, throws end zone. Caught! George Kittle in the back of the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Check out all the 49ers games with Greg Papa and Tim Ryan.
On your home for the playoff-bound 49ers. Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Winter is coming. I know you know that, but are you prepared to keep your family warm all season long? At American Energy Heating and Air, their goal is to exceed your expectations of the heating and air industry by valuing the customer experience and making your home comfort system as efficient as possible for the most value. So book your $49 furnace tune-up and safety inspection today. Prevent dangerous gas leaks. Extend the life of that furnace and save on your energy bills. And here's the guarantee. This isn't a sales call. They're not getting in the door so they can try to sell you a bunch of stuff. No, they're just going to do what they say they're going to do. Call today to schedule an appointment at 916-520-9990 or go to AmericanEnergyAir.com. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A-plus Better Business Bureau rating. Get your $49 furnace tune-up and safety inspection today. 916-520-9990. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
I always approach the holidays with a sense of excitement and a time to be with family. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa for Naturewood Home Furnishings. For me, the best times were when there were 3 generations all celebrating together. Today, we're the grandparents, and the holiday spotlight shines on my grandson. And I hope he'll remember holidays the way his papa does. Right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings will help you create your own kind of holiday memories during their holiday home sale. Unique gifts found only at Naturewood, like hall trees, curios, chairside tables, and more, are available at savings of 20% off. During Naturewood's holiday home sale, you'll find savings all around the store for every room in your home. Find your perfect bit of Christmas for your home at Naturewood Home Furnishings holiday home sale going on right now. The memories you make with your family will live with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Sacramento's premier music festival, Country in the Park, is back. 2 big ol' nights, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Walker Hayes, and more. 2-day GA tickets are on sale now, starting at $85, or upgrade your experience with VIP or pit passes. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Bonnie Plumbing, Electric Heating and Air.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. It's a tough day for Kings fans, and we're getting to the end of the week. So appreciate all of you. We're probably a little extra goofy today, mainly because Jason Ross, the boss, is gone. So I'm going to be all over the place. And also, it beats the hell out of driving last night into the ground, doesn't it, though? Yeah, it sucked. That game sucked. That's my analysis. How did last night go? It sucked. Well, what do you think about the game? Well, it sucked. Well, yeah, well, how would you break it down? They sucked. Well, what do you think happened in the second half? Well, they sucked. They were terrible. Oh, okay. That's my breakdown. That's my, a lot of people analyzing this game. Wow, the rebounds in there and points in the paint. They just couldn't. They hit this from beyond the arc, and poor thing. They sucked.
Yeah, I like your more comprehensive breakdown.
Pretty much, Simone. Just sometimes you just got to call it as you see it.
I prefer it this way, yeah.
It sucked. There's not enough directness in this world. Oh, but the refs. The refs were terrible. Well, okay. Well, the Kings shot one less free throw. They just made 52% of theirs, as Boston made 83. It must have been turnovers. Well, the Kings had one less turnover. Oh, well, then they sucked from beyond the arc. The Kings shot 48% on 44 threes. Oh, well, then what happened? They sucked. That's what happened. This just in. They sucked. They laid another egg. They've laid like 6 eggs this year. And they're here. 6 more, and that'll be a dozen. Boom. Got them. It's so funny. In their losses this year, the Kings have lost by 8, by 1, by 18, by 25, Jesus, by 36, excuse me, by 5, by 14, by 10, by 20, and by 25. I mean, I guess there is something to, if you're going to get your butt kicked, just get both cheeks absolutely destroyed, maybe. Is a blowout tougher than what would real question? Ask yourselves in the audience. Would you feel better about last night if they'd lost by 2? Let's say a Jaylen Brown 3 to win the game. Now, I understand in ways we would feel, well, they showed up, they went toe-to-toe. But I submit that might almost have hurt worse. Because you had the victory in your hands, and we'd still be talking today about how they never should have been in that position because Boston was on the second end of a back-to-back overtime game without Jason Tatum, without Al Horford. We'd still be talking about all that. And at some point, somebody would say something like, "Oh yeah, but I mean, it's better than losing by 25." Is it? And then everyone would shout that person down. No, it's not. I'd rather lose by 25. At least I'd know we were out of it and I could go watch NCIS. Is there a blueprint?
I'd rather get blown out so I can leave early and
not
have to spend 40 minutes in the garage.
Yeah, and 40 minutes in the garage after a loss.
Yeah.
You know? That's interesting. I'll put a poll out on that today. I'll bet you anything people will say they'd rather lose by 2. I have a feeling people would say that just because it's, but I also think had we lost by 2 last night and I put out a poll saying, would you rather lose by 25? My guess is people would say they'd rather lose by 25.
How would the terrible Celtics fans have reacted? That's the big.
If they had won by 2?
Yeah.
You know, can I say this? I mean, I don't like any time there's opposing fans in our house making noise and all that. But
that's our thing. We go to your house and we yell like the beam.
That's right. But am I wrong? But it seems like even though they're loud and it's lame, but like I didn't hear much about them being obnoxious. They were just really excited for their team
because like they weren't.
Yeah,
they're just blowing it. Like, what else can you say? It gets to a point where it's just like, huh?
Yeah. Well, you're the Celtics.
There were a lot of them.
Where are these people? Because I don't see them in the light of day. They're not. That's a respectable job. Yeah. They're not day walkers. They just come out at night. Where are all these Celtics fans? Where are all these Celtic jerseys I see? I don't see them.
Nick Cattle's impact is everlasting here in Sacramento.
Is it Nick Cattle's? Well, if it was Nick Cattle's impact, he would have taken last night off for a PD day. I love Nick. Everyone relax.
When do I get one of those?
When do we get a host day? I guess I get those all the time. Yeah, so that's a deep analysis. Let's look at what to watch tonight. Well, really, it's the day before things start mattering. Oh no, wait, hey, is today Thursday? It is Thursday. Never mind. Do we have NFL? We got NFL, don't we? Do we have NFL? Oh, we do. Oh, never mind. Saints Rams. Here we go. Battle of 500 teams. Matt Stafford, Derek Carr, Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua versus Chris Olave and maybe Alvin Kamara. I don't know if he's healthy or not.
He should be going.
Is he going? Okay.
I have him going for my fantasy team.
Oh, way to flex that you're still going, unlike some of us who got booed in the first round.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, some of us who played against Christian McCaffrey. I'll Saints Rams. I'll take it. Then Saturday we got Bengals, Steelers,
it's okay.
Chargers. Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. In fact, tomorrow begins a stretch where 3 out of the next 4 days we're going to have NFL football. The only day we won't is Saturday. Monday is going to be an incredible.
We have NFL on Saturday.
We what now?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. Thank you for catching me. Friday. Thank you.
You scared me for a second.
I know, right?
Whoa.
This just in. So you can watch that. I don't mind the NFL being on Amazon Prime. It's just super annoying. Like, here's what Amazon Prime should do. And like, can they do a thing where can we just get Amazon Prime? Like, can they have a channel on YouTube TV and other cable networks and stuff where I just don't like the fact that it's a whole act of Congress to go from the game on Amazon Prime to any other programming during commercial. Like you're stuck on Amazon Prime like jury duty. You can't leave.
Great on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, that's a great
right
series.
Well, and speaking of Amazon Prime, are we getting ready for another? When's the new season of The Boys coming out?
Next year. Next year. There's a trailer out for it. I'll show you.
Oh, is there a trailer out
incredible.
for it? Oh,
incredible.
How have I not seen this? I know the writer's strike and everything screwed everything up.
There's someone called Truth Bomber. Really excited to meet her.
Truth Bomber.
Truth Bomber.
Wow.
Attempting to dazzle Dave.
Wow, Truth Bomber. Never mind.
I wish you weren't a liar.
I've seen plenty of Truth Bomber on Twitter. It's always first name bunch of numbers that's here to drop truth bombs. I'm here to drop truth bombs. Then they're always named Justin 03916 Truth Teller. No profile pic.
Yep, I was just going to say the Avi is just a silhouette.
It's a silhouette and a flag.
And a blue check.
And a blue check. And their bio says truth teller, facts over feelings, crypto, and Tesla.
Join November 2023.
And 13 followers.
Who are they following, I wonder? Alex Jones. And wokeness. Tucker, Elon, and Chick-fil-A. We'll take a break. 1-800-920-1140 right now. We'll take the fifth caller. And we'll get you a pair of tickets to Sierra at Tahoe. Hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now. Looking for caller number 5, 1-800-920-1140 to win those lift tickets to experience Sierra at Tahoe this winter. I guarantee you this. The winner of this contest, assuming you're a skier, and why wouldn't you be? The winner's going to have a big smile on their face, unlike the shape of the poops in your backyard. If your dog is not eating the right dog food, what's that right dog food, you ask, David? Supreme Source. Super premium dog food. Bark, bark. The fastest growing premium dog food in the country. Unfortunately, Supreme Source Super Premium Dog Food Bark Bark will not prevent your dog from pooping in the house. I've discovered this all week long because my stuck-up, prissy, good-for-nothing French bulldog does not like to go outside in the rain. And when I try to open the door to put him outside to say, hey, buddy, you got to go? He just looks at me with this look in his face like, what are you, crazy? I'm not going to get my paws wet. Screw you, human. Okay, well, but I can tell you this. His poops in the house are smiley. Fastest growing premium dog food in the country, family owned and operated for 50 years. Who are the shareholders? The dogs are the shareholders. All in favor? Pause. Organic seaweed, high protein, powerful antioxidants. I mean, powerful antioxidants. These antioxidants, they go to the gym. Superfoods that help support healthy digestion and intestinal health. And by the way, anybody who has a dog like mine, there's one other benefit I haven't mentioned. Anyone who has a dog like mine that, let's just say, if they sleep or hang out near you, has the occasional bouquet that comes from them that is most not pleasing. It cuts down on that too. 6 recipes, 3 sizes, 5'11", 22 pounds. All those recipes interchangeable. Packed with protein, powerful antioxidants, and superfoods. As I said, no corn, no wheat, no soy. You can get them at Safeway, Save Mart, Smart and Final, Winco, and more. For more information, go to SupremeSourcePet.com. That's Supreme Source. Super premium dog food. Bark, bark. Do more for your puppy's tummy than rub it. We're back with celebrity birthdays and crosstalk next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sacktown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sacktown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
Sacktown Sports is home to the Kings, Niners, and now the business of sports. Hosted by Kelly Brothers and brought to you by Cap Trust, offering customized, independent financial advice at captrust.com. Join Kelly Brothers, Carmichael, Dave, and Jason as they look at the business of sports every Thursday at 7:40 a.m. You want to know how sports really work? Follow the money with Kelly Brothers from Cap Trust on Sacktown Sports.
There's no better way to wrap up the year than in a new Ram 1500 from Knight Elk Grove Dodge. Wait, there is a way. Got a new 2023 Ram 1500 DT and take up to $18,000 off MSRP. That's better. During the wrap up the year sales event at Knight Elk Grove Dodge, take up to $18,000 off MSRP on 8 new 2023 Ram 1500 DTs in the Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovecdjr.com. MSRP $60,225. Net price $42,192 after $9,000 dealer discount and $90.33 in rebates. Bid PN 621-250 expires 1/2/24.
The 49ers Report, brought to you by EB Stone. EB Stone for the life of your garden. The 49ers keep on winning this holiday season, sporting a 5-game win streak since the bye week. San Francisco took care of Seattle in Week 14, 28-16. Quarterback Brock Purdy had a career high in passing yards last Sunday, throwing for 368 yards. The Red and Gold are now the first team in the NFL to clinch a playoff spot this season, currently holding the number 1 seed in the NFL.
Celebrating over a century as a family-owned business, EB Stone has gathered in valuable insights into nurturing plant growth. Venture into indoor planting with EB Stone's Edna's Best indoor and outdoor potting soil. Watch your little plants flourish into ideal indoor companions for the whole family to relish during the holidays. EB Stone's indoor and outdoor potting soil is a meticulously crafted blend of essential ingredients. Your plants will thrive both indoors and outdoors. Trust EB Stone for the entire lifespan of your garden. Explore more gardening tips, products, and find nearby locations at ebstone.org. Wishing you a season filled with joy and flourishing greenery.
Jerry and Kenny here from Bell Brothers, the No Surprise guys. We love that old song, Respect. You know, RESPECT. It's a good song and a good business philosophy. At Bell Brothers, everything we do is designed to show respect for our customers. We show up on time out of respect. Our technicians are clean-cut, friendly, and wear identification badges out of respect. We do good deeds for free for our customers and leave their homes cleaner than we found them. That's right, out of respect. So, if you want plumbing and AC service from a company that will show you some RESPECT, call Bell Brothers. We promise to respect your time, your home, and you. Call Bell Brothers right now to schedule an $87 precision tune-up. Or call if you have plumbing problems. Our number is 916-444-1234 or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than freshly baked and home-delivered crumble cookies.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael, Dave, and Jason Ross.
Hey, no Jason Ross. He's off this week, at least from here.
We saw him yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Say hi?
Yeah, he's in good spirits.
Did you say anything about me? Did you miss me?
Literally didn't say a word.
Yeah. He said,
Hey, Chris, you can move over to Jason's seat. That's okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Good job. Big moment for Chris Watkins here. Moving into Jason's seat. Wow.
Moving on up.
You know, started from the bottom, now you're there. Good for you. Good for you.
It's like a whole other vibe over here.
It's a whole new world.
Wow.
Yeah.
You literally sit there for your show.
I don't get to see Dave from this angle.
It's a whole different angle.
It's a whole different angle.
Finally got a piece of the pie.
So that was a Jefferson's reference.
Mm-hmm.
I asked Chris earlier. I thought of an idea. I know you guys have your own show and show prep. You don't need armchair PDs, but I thought maybe you guys do like a 50% show today. Just kind of emulate
effort-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe show up for the second, the first half, and then second half just fall apart. Maybe play a game of Parcheesi or
Yeah.
Uno.
Well,
Well, I've been meaning, going to the game.
Do Texas Hold'em on the radio. That would be a great idea.
Solitaire, actually, separately.
Yeah.
He's making a reference to the old night show when we did Texas Hold'em tournament on the air and realized there were two things we realized in the middle of bits weren't going to work. Number one, Texas Hold'em tournament on the air doesn't work.
Yeah, because you got to say the cards, right? Yeah.
Secondly, my old partner Sean Thomas and I think this is in 2007, we decided for our NFL preview. I don't think you were here yet, Chris. We were going to go through every single game.
Like on Earth?
Yeah. We were going to go through every single game and predict the score throughout the year. And then we would keep track. And then at the end of the segment, we'd have who won each division. And like literally we got to week 2 and we were like, this is the worst idea we've ever had.
Yeah.
Appointment radio, right there.
Appointment to tune out.
Yes.
Hey, well, you said something yesterday. I want you to show that I want to show that I listen. Did you say you wanted to talk about Brock Purdy today?
Yeah, because when we're doing when we're getting ready and prepping our show, we can hear a little bit of your show. And I don't know how much you've caught from our Brock Purdy takes, but it feels like I turned on First Take this morning, and every single guy on the show said Brock Purdy should be MVP. Okay. And I feel like a lot of people enjoy being the victim, and they're starting to drag this thing out. And there's one Nick Wright, there's one, what's his name? Ruiz from The Ringer.
Joy, what's her face?
Stephen Ruiz, Joy Taylor.
Yeah, Joy Taylor.
The numbers are dwindling, but if you go on Niners social media, I think people just enjoy being the underdog. And it's just funny to me that we're continuing to talk about this as Brock is a heavy favorite. And if you really boil this thing down to the plight of Brock Purdy, it took this guy less than 2 seasons to go from Mr. Irrelevant to MVP favorite, but you let Niners tell it, he's been wildly disrespected, which is just funny to me.
Yeah, I think I spent 15 minutes doing that about a half an hour ago, laying out the whole case. Mm-hmm. And I made the point, to your point, that I think the only ones left that truly believe he's not the MVP favorite are they're either disinformed, they're take merchants, or they're just simply coming to the conclusion that, because here's how every segment should be: Brock Purdy, is he the MVP? And then the whole table says yes.
Right.
And then that just filled 5 seconds.
Right.
You got to fill air.
Mm-hmm. No, I get it. I guess it's a matter of.
You're right, though.
How much, how many people actually believe what they're saying. I'm scrolling here because I just want to, okay, this was my list. This was my true list of guys I think. And somebody made a good point. They commented, they said, well, now do salaries, which I think is a huge point, right? And I agree with that. This is my true list of guys that I think could do what Brock Purdy is doing. I got some fringe guys, but these are guys that I would for sure say, all right, maybe it could look a little different, but they could do it.
Okay.
I have Mahomes, Lamar, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Stafford, Burrow, and Rodgers. That's it for who I am very sure
funny?
on.
The only one that none of those jump out at me is like, no.
Yeah.
The only one, weirdly enough, that I might have a little bit of an issue with, and I know this is going to be weird, is Josh Allen. Here's why. Because Josh Allen's the guy on that list also that makes like 3 stupid throws a game.
Right.
Turnovers.
He's insanely talented with his feet and his arm. My only worry with him would be that Brock Purdy doesn't do generally. I mean, 5 picks all year, 7-5.
Right.
Is he's very, very smart with the ball. Maybe Josh Allen wouldn't throw picks because he wouldn't feel the need to be in that situation and force something. But I don't disagree with that.
Right. Well, it's only 7 guys, right? And so when people say anybody could do it, I disagree with that. Here's my list, and all these guys are making way more money than Brock Purdy. I have Cousins on my fringe list, Dak on my fringe list, Hurts on my fringe list, Trevor Lawrence on my fringe list, and CJ Stroud on my fringe list. And honestly, Herbert was pretty close to my fringe list.
Isn't it funny, though, how I don't recall having a conversation like this about any other MVP? I don't recall going, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, I remember specifically one time I made the argument, and this was back in Houston and before, but I said if the Chiefs had drafted Deshaun Watson and the Texans had drafted Patrick Mahomes, I'm not sure anything would be different. That Deshaun Watson would have won Super Bowl. You look at their numbers, everything, and Patrick Mahomes would be in Texas doing whatever the hell they do in Houston. This is before all the Deshaun
Sure.
stuff. But other than that, it's like, do we sit there and go, well, who else other than Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Lamar Jackson? And I'm not blaming you.
Well, but Mahomes did have to go through this with Tyreek, though. They really wanted to take that crown from. Let's not forget.
Yeah.
That last season was kind of a revenge season for Mahomes because he had lost to, who was it? Burrow.
Yes.
He had lost to Burrow, and people were saying I'd take Burrow over Mahomes.
Yeah.
I would take Josh Allen because they lost Tyreek.
Yeah.
So people go through it in different ways. I think that's the other thing. This is Brock specific. Tom Brady went through it. Is it Tom Brady? Or is it Bill Belichick? So everybody goes through it differently. Lamar is still going through.
Lamar is but there's a different level to what Lamar is going through. I think that we've talked about before.
I think everybody goes through it. It just looks different.
Just a little different for Lamar.
Thank you, Dave. I really wanted to have that conversation.
Okay, and celebrity birthdays are brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Nothing brings family and friends together better than Crumble Cookies. As we get to that, hey, you guys can use this. I forgot to use this for my show. Real quick, you want to tell me what Michael Penix Jr., J.J. McCarthy, Bronny James, Drake May, and 36 other people have in common?
Getting cashed out by NIL.
Yep. And they're also all making more than Brock Purdy this year.
Oof.
And they're in college.
Saw that for Arch Manning.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 million?
3.2.
Don't
forget the 2.
Celebrity birthdays. Chris Roulade, sorry.
Samuel L. Jackson's birthday's today.
Oh, he's 70. I know this one.
I'll say 74.
You guys are going the wrong way. 69.
Wow, nice.
Chris Watkins, 75 today for Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, we might lose him
Kind of
soon.
sad, yeah.
Jeez.
One more. Phil Donahue.
He's still alive?
He's still with us.
Oh, my God. Hey, Chris, do you know who Phil
Not a
Donahue
single
I had a
clue, yeah.
feeling. Do you know Phil Donahue?
Yeah, I know
Okay.
the name.
Phil Donahue, the
He's the host
godfather
of
of talk
Donahue.
shows. Yeah, host of Donahue.
Okay.
That's where Oprah and everybody is. Sally, Jesse, Raphael, and Ricky.
No relation to Donahue.
Phil Donahue. He's
They
got
both spell in.
Donahue's got to be 93.
No.
No, of course not.
Dude, he's 97. Come on.
94.
Say a hundo.
What did you say?
93?
Dave, you're a winner. 88 for Phil Donahue.
Hey, is Bob Newhart, he's still alive, right? Or did he just die?
Totally.
I think he just passed
Did he
away.
just pass away? All right.
Also,
still
really
sensitive.
quickly,
Yeah.
happy birthday to Nate the Great Littlefield Animal.
Yeah, we could have ended the
Oh,
show.
that's right. Happy
Nate.
birthday, Nate.
Wow.
He's 20. Also, happy birthday to basketball.
Gotta go.
It's
Naismith?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Naismith. It's the anniversary today.
Wow.
All right, we know what you got coming up on your show today, amongst other things. I'm sure Crappy Kings basketball and why do they
50%
show?
efforts.
Yeah, 50% effort from you guys. It's Styles and Watkins. Half the show coming up
More
next.
than usual.
Demarcus Sabonis plays here.
He finds Sabonis. Put the frosting on the cake. Put the